Hello everyone, welcome. Ebb. It's ebb time. We ebbing up in here. Oh, you broke a streak?
Yeah, I broke my streak 3 streams ago. It was quite
I
funny.
have a... sorry, go on.
It was quite funny because when I joined Senna's stream, I didn't realise that you were also streaming at the same time. I was like, oh, nice, I've got a 10 streak on Senna. I'm slowly building that up. I can't remember what streak I'm at with Cass. Let me just... Oh, shit, Cass is streaming right now. Let me go over. 2. Oh, I broke it last stream then, by the sounds of it. Whoops.
You know what you could have done? You could have watched the VOD, because they save the stream streaks when you watch the VOD.
I could have, but I was already like 2 streams behind by that point, so I was like, oh well, I have no idea when that happened. Don't care enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not saving for anything anymore. All I do is pizza time.
I think it's 83 stream streak with Kite, watching their streams. And I think I did have a massive one with Soren, but then I missed a couple, and because Soren's based the other side of the world, it makes it very difficult to try and catch them. So sometimes I miss them, and then he's back up again and streaming. So yeah. I do like keeping the streak. I like seeing things go up. Time! It is indeed time. It is time to go find the man in yellow, who I think we found him last time. Time is the greatest magic of all. Chronomancy!
I was going to say, yeah, it's chronomancy, isn't it? Yes. Do you think they died because they didn't love each other enough?
When a mother gets iced in the street in front of their child, do you think it's because they didn't love each other enough? No, the real best magic of all is chronomancy. I had a work story. You bet your sweet baby is chronomancy. Hi. Hi. How are you doing? How's everyone doing? Hello, Rogue. Hello, Di. I feel like I got this wrong. Di, did you tell me to call you something else? I feel like you did. And I forgot. Or I think I do know, but I don't want to get it wrong and say somebody else's name and then get you mistaken for somebody else. Because I often get confused because people come in and they're orange and then they're purple and then I think they're the same people and then I mistake them. So I base it on the colours. Okay, am I right in saying that you're okay with Raph? Is that right? Or am I wrong? Was that correct? Am I wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong.
As soon as you said, like, oh, there was a name that I was supposed to refer to you as, my brain just got, like, an Akira flashback to the fucking bit from Senna's stream. Oh, god damn it. You started calling everyone the same.
I did remember.
Name.
Oh, a $15 gift card to Chili's. Hold on, I don't know if I can use that. I don't know if Chili's exists in the UK. Do we have Chili's?
Probably somewhere remote. That's what I found with.
Yeah, there's always one American restaurant, like in.
Yeah, there's always.
We do
one
have
somewhere.
Oh god.
Obscurely.
Not Subway, but the other
that
one
was
that
the
does
bit. Yes.
Subway-like things. Oh god, what is it? Oh, Taco Bell. We do have Taco Bells. That's a thing.
We do indeed have a Taco Bell.
Hi, B. Feel free to lurk.
I would be surprised if there was not a Chili's, at least one somewhere.
Is it? Is Chili's a restaurant? It's like a fast food chain, isn't it?
Yes, it's a fast food chain.
Although we call all our fast food chains just restaurants most of the time. Like McDonald's is technically a restaurant, but it's really not. There's the Chili's in London. There's Chili's Indian restaurant in Newbury. There's Chili's in Chelmsford. I don't think this is the Chili's. Hold on, is that the Chili's? Nope, that's not the Chili's. No, we don't. It's one of the ones that hasn't made it over.
Definitely don't get the chains. Like, my entire theory is that there will just be one, like, I don't know, randomly in some not London, but like another major city. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there was, like, let's say, like a Wendy's in Manchester, and then like no other Wendy's
There's
exists.
definitely a
Like
Wendy's
that kind of
for
thing.
sure. There's definitely a
Yeah.
Wendy's.
Oh, absolutely, there is a Wendy's. I don't know where it is, but there is one.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's not in London. Like it's just somewhere. There is
And
one. The
Applebee's.
only one survived. I believe there is also a Five Guys in like.
There is
I
not
think in
Applebee's
Bedford
either.
Shopping Centre.
Well, there's Five Guys everywhere. I've got there's a Five
Yeah.
Guys down the road from me. I work opposite a Five Guys.
Ah, cool, fair enough. I don't see them that often. Like, I only know the one there. God, I do remember seeing Five
Yeah,
Guys. I think
I
in
feel like
Sweden.
there's lots of Five Guys. But having said that, do you remember Frankie's and Benny's?
Fucking no.
You never went to Frankie's and Benny's. Oh my god, you missed out. Frankie's and Benny's. So Frankie's and Benny's was
sorry.
like American Italian fast food slash restaurant chain, and they used to place you at a table, and then if it was your birthday, everyone would come around and sing happy birthday to you, and it was really, and they did cocktails and things. I recently found out it was like it was like an American company that came over to the UK and like profited on all the retail parks we were building at one point. Because there was like a big thing about building retail parks where you could get everything you wanted, and the car park would be nearby, kind of like a mall but more spread out. And there would be like the cinema, and you could go to like the pub as well. There'd be usually pubs there. Like I work in a retail park. Yes, it was very Americanish in theme, but they made it up. The whole story of Frankie's and Benny's, because it was supposed to be named after a guy called an Italian American called Frankie's and Benny's that made like a restaurant. The guy didn't exist. There was no Frankie and there was no Benny. It was all made up, and they used to put like portraits up of like their family lives in like black and white, and they used to play like 80s music and things like that. Yeah, it was all a fiction. It was all made up, and everyone fell for it because it was like all part of the atmosphere and stuff. And all the food was supposed to be like, oh, this has been handed down through like generations. And it just, yeah, no, it's all lies. It was food tested in a laboratory by millions of like taste testers.
So, we don't have an Applebee's, but we do have an Applebee's. It's just not the chain restaurant. It's
we've got places
fishmonger
called
that has
Apple- yeah.
existed in the Borough Market since 1999. Like that's what Applebee's is here. Apparently, that's funny as fuck.
Canada's a weird one, isn't it? Because Canada has a lot of UK stuff in it, but it also has a lot of like quite a few American stuff in it. And I've known that the transition from Canadians to the UK isn't as like abrupt as people might think. People also say the same about the UK and Australia. That the transition between Australia to the UK isn't that much of a kind of a leap, because they still kind of function within the same kind of society. But the transition from other Anglo-speaking countries to America has apparently been quite abrupt. But we very much adopted like the bigger meal portions as of late, I think, as well, especially within like retail and things like that. Going to the cinema, you get massive kind of Cokes and things like that. Even then, I still don't think it's as big as America. But
No,
we do that here.
I mean,
like Charles Family Pizza brand that found its way to success during the pandemic doesn't actually exist. It was in fact Chuck E. Cheese. I love that. That's great. That's amazing. Sorry, what was your thought?
Well, based on the size of our portions, I don't think we're quite at the stage where we have like a supersized portion or a standardized portion larger than large that is floating around. Which I am British. I don't know if that is actually a thing that is.
Well, I think it's
across the entirety
also
of America, but
a lot of things with food standards, because we still hold a lot of, even though Brexit happened, However you feel
Well, a
about
lot of
that
the
is however you
EU's
feel
rules
about it.
were our rules.
A lot,
We put
yeah,
them in
exactly. But
place.
we made yes, we made them. So a lot of those kind of EU health rules, which are kind of being laid back a bit now, so we've kind of gone backwards. On food and things like that still exist. So that's why a lot of like meal preparation and things like that is a lot more carefully controlled, and a lot more foods in supermarkets is more carefully controlled and things like that. Whereas in other countries, they don't necessarily have that. And in other countries, I mean America. But yeah. I also find it very interesting when when British people go to live in America and then they go to the one section in like their supermarkets that is like the British section, and it's got like everything quintessentially British that you could imagine there. It's got like PG tips.
Crackers.
Yeah.
It's like a wine selection that we've stolen from France. Um,
But
and
never
Italian.
anything we actually use in our daily lives. It's always the big names that end up there.
Well, it's because it's got to be the stereotype, eh?
Yeah, true.
Like at the
Well,
header
probably,
of
it's
each
probably,
one, it's just got to be
probably
Wallace
the
and
idea
Gromit.
behind those places in the supermarkets is probably to sell to Americans, not to British people. I would imagine.
I imagine that's the same as. I'll be honest. I don't think we're much better in that scenario.
I don't think that's.
we've probably
I don't
got-
think that's true. So my partner works in a supermarket that rhymes with Mazda, and they have a world's food selection, and I believe most of that food there has no context for me. I could walk down there and be like, I don't know what the hell any of this stuff is. So I believe most of it is the actual stuff that people would buy in their native countries. I think. I don't think it's necessarily for Brits to be like, oh, look at this exotic thing. I suppose to some extent we've already taken all of that. We've already done that. We've done our expansion, and we've already, taken tea and spices.
That the sort of world section of the supermarket is our like cultural exchange. That's our obligation after being colonizers. We don't really need to do anything else. That's enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
We've acknowledged it.
We're not returning the
That's
stuff from the
enough.
British Museum, guys. Come on, we're not doing it. All right, we took it. Fair is fair, and now we're going to keep it. You can come look at it. You can come to our country and look at the thing we stole from you, but you can't have it back.
Also, yes, the famous Greg sausage rolls.
Oh, I love a good Greg sausage roll. I love a sausage roll in general. Sausage rolls are just brilliant. If you ever end up in Scotland, get a deep fried Mars bar as well, or a deep fried chocolate bar. Apparently they're
Have
very
you
nice.
actually had one?
I've never had one, but apparently, I have been to Scotland, and they were very confused by my accent. They found it like quite signature. Apparently, they were like, "Well, you don't sound like you're kind of posh, like English gentleman," because I was in my native element, so I didn't sound like I do now. Okay, this is not necessarily my natural voice. I actually have a voice that is a lot more rural, a lot more from the country. But I kind of put on due to theatre, and it's kind of become my native voice, a more posh kind of King's English. But occasionally my rural aspect kind of comes out. I was just watching Tenet the other day. I'm so sorry. Have one for the first time the other day. I'm so sorry you watched Tenet. Did you like it? Because it gave me a headache when I watched it. I probably won't like it, but if I end up in Scotland, I've got to try some Iron Brew. Yes, you do. Absolutely have to try some Iron Brew. And if you want to get drunk, have Iron Brew, have Disaronno and Iron Brew. It is the nectar of the gods. It is the sweetest thing you will ever drink. A lot higher than my baseline. Yeah, I think I put on a bit of a higher voice as well, especially when I'm doing retail. Hi, how can I help you today? A lot of that sort of thing. Do you want a large with that? Whereas really, I'm thinking,
Thank,
I hate you, customer. Why are you here and ruining my day?
thank you, customers, for shopping with us, but we are now closed. We are now closed. Please leave.
Please fuck off. Please get out of the building. We are closed and we
We will
want to
be
go
closing
home.
in 5 minutes. We will be closing in 5 minutes.
There is that kind of when you're working somewhere and you need people to leave, there is that politeness you put on, but you really meaning get the hell out. I go up to
Demand, David
customers and
Tennant.
I'm like, okay, just so you know, it's last calls now, and just so you know, we do close in 20 minutes. So you will need to wrap up your game as we're going along, because we're only going to be open for 20 minutes. And then somebody once asked me, they were like, are you going to kick us out? I was like, oh, we're not going to kick you out, but we will be annoyed.
Cold
David
hard
Tennant.
stare.
Not the movie Tennant. Not
I was
him
gonna say, I'm
performing
pretty
anyway,
sure
just
the-
him having snacks. Yeah, David Tennant's pretty, like, I think he's puts pretty neutral with he mostly acts as himself, I believe.
I think the film that you were referring to is spelt differently to Tennant anyway.
Oh yeah, Tennant the movie only has one N, I think.
Yes, I believe that is the case.
Because hold on, I believe the film Tennant is spelt the same way forward as it is backwards. Hold on, because
it's a palindrome.
Yes. Hold on. No, it's not.
I was gonna say it won't be because
Tenet. No, it is. It's
Yeah.
Tenet. Tenet so it's Tenet, not Tenant.
Oh,
Tenet and
lovely!
Tenet.
I hate
It's
that.
the whole thing of the movie. It goes back. The whole movie is that the movie is going backwards and forwards at the same time, and there's
sounds
two
dreadful.
linear narratives going at the same. Yeah. It's. I like Christopher Nolan. That movie gave me a headache. And I easily get headaches, but that movie ruined my life when it was playing in the cinemas.
You know what film I love?
Go on. Is it Spider-Man?
It may indeed be. There's my segue, and then I can do it again in an hour.
I'm so glad I turned down the thing. It's still quite loud for me.
I hate that I'm being prepped for this is bullshit. I was gathering points to try and buy your most expensive thing, realised it didn't do anything for me. Now I've got a cannon and it's armed.
You can become head moderator. You can knock out the other
I'm
head
not going
moderator.
to take that from Cetron. I'm not going to, no. Yeah. See, this is
I
a
didn't actually
tactical
say
play.
what
If we don't
I was
compete
gonna
with each other, it's
do
fine.
what happened at work. So we were making cocktails for some people, which is a whole thing in its own right, because we now serve them from bottles, which is dumb. And we were making these cocktails, and these people were coming in and drinking the cocktails in one go and then asking for another one. So obviously it was going to take some time for us to make more cocktails. They started slamming their hands down on the bar top, being like, hurry up. And my colleague was like, oh no, I'm just making them, like, just give me a minute. And I don't know what triggered off on me. It was like some sort of sleeper agent. But as soon as like I turned around and I heard them, I just looked at them for a second and I was like, the fucking audacity. And I was like, don't slam your hands down on the bar top. I was like, it's not going to make the drink go any faster. And it's rude. Like, we'll get your cocktails when they're ready. And it annoyed me so much, and I've been annoyed about it all day. Like, who does that? Who slams their... Like a spoiled child slams their hand down on the bar top. Like, wait 5 seconds to get your cocktail. Like, you can see us making it. Ugh. Anyway, that's my rage done for the day. Shall we continue? Shall we play the game?
Indeed. Have you got a summary?
No.
Man, okay. Kind of cringe.
Last time we went over here, we died, then we came back to life, and then we spoke to it because we
And it
had
was
something
all
that we found
canonical
out in
and
our
shit.
life. And canonically, we did die and come back to life and reload our save? Question mark. We also came down here to... How did we find here again? I can't remember. Oh, we had an instant death because there was like a predicted sequence because we didn't have Snell with us. So we decided to investigate further down in the city below. And then we found an elf. and then we got stabbed by it. And we had an instant death, so we had to come back down. And then we also found a tear when we were down here as well. I've read they had this for, and I think it comes down to people believe they're entitled to being treated a certain way and become varying degrees of upset when they aren't. Some people get sad, some people get quiet, some people get petulant. Yeah, there's nothing that quite teaches you how people react to other things than to not getting their way than working in retail, I feel. It's one of those things that a lot of CEOs say is this is why they take a lot of their new starters or their people they're thinking about hiring or people they're thinking about working with to a restaurant, because if you can see how they treat people in like the service industry, and if they treat them awfully, then you know they're probably not a good pick because they probably don't have that much empathy. And I think that's a decent way of telling if someone is a good hire. I think if they have basic human decency. Hold on, there's an apple there.
There is an apple. Good mage hand.
A fresh apple. How did it get all the way down here? I don't know, but I've got mage hand. What do you mean I need to get closer? I've got mage hand. Maybe mage hand doesn't extend that far.
Or maybe you need to, you can get over there, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, probably around the other side by the looks of it. So yeah, last time we talked to this painting, and there was the man in yellow captured in a... you can kind of see him in the corner there.
There he
captured
is.
in a cage. But there's a troll there. So I guess we should probably have a nice chat with the troll. Just observe him first. Big leader, Gorgalash. Troll. Level 9 Frost Troll. A great and mighty Frost Troll, horrifying even while asleep. You've got a few ways to approach this. Killing a troll is not easy, and you need all the advantages you can get. Attack him right away, giving you a head start. Put up some kind of trap. Try to communicate first. Weak. Walk away. Also weak. Getting close enough to strike the sleeping monster would be difficult, however, it would allow you to strike a decisive blow. He might be alright. We don't know whether he's going to be a problem.
It is giving you a lot of advice on specifically how to kill it.
Yeah, but this game, though...
I know. Which actually, it makes me think more so that you can probably just talk it out with him.
It's back facing the pillar of jaw, a creature right... Oh, this is the jaw. This is the bottom of the pillar of jaw as well. Anyway, a creature right out of every kid's nightmares. A troll. A frost troll, to be precise. Horrid creature. Sleeping like a damn babe. Your bloodline pulses with your veins, shying away from its headsman. Your goblin companion stares slack-jawed at the beast. This is your description to read out.
Oh, yes, that is me. I was prepping myself mentally for Frost Giant. Yeah, no. The angel keeps a hand on the hilt of her sword.
There is a cage next to the pillar. Something inside is moving, but you'll need to get closer to investigate. You can definitely sneak up on him.
Yellow.
Maybe get a nice strike in before he wakes up. A troll? Yes. Your mortal enemy. A scourge upon this world. A scourge whose defeat belongs to you as your birthright. Your life has been building up to this moment. It's time to avenge him.
Oh.
I'm guessing that Earth maybe died to a troll, is my guess. Or trolls and humans not liking each other is kind of like a typical fantasy thing, I think. Also, sorry guys if you can't hear me very well. I have my fan on, and so if you can't hear me, let me know. What do we do? I'm not sure, cleric. He reluctantly moves his gaze off the beast to face you. This is beyond anything that I... His whisper is low and shaky. You can't kill a troll. His face says, could we? Can you deal with this thing, Etir?
I'm afraid this will be a great challenge, her telepathic voice says within your mind. But we have caught it sleeping. That can be a great advantage.
She is calculating your odds. They are quite poor.
I will follow your lead. She now grips the hilt of her sword.
Gods be good. This woman is gold in a world full of bronze. Alright, don't get all riled up about the big strong lady now. Focus. A cage? Should I sneak up and check it out? That is a possibility. However, it could end poorly. Do it. You were lucky enough to find the troll sleeping. Now you can fuck him up, bad style. How do I ambush the troll? Opportunist?
I would have fuck him up,
Eh?
funky style.
You need to get closer first, to do any proper damage. You will succeed in this. You must. Easy. Guy's fast asleep. Sneak closer. Or wake up, foul beast! Or clear your throat and speak politely. Good morning, Joel.
Charisma has had very little to say.
That's true. Which inclines me to think Charisma does not have an idea about how to deal with this situation.
Which is concerning.
I think my immediate reaction would be to antagonize the troll. Or to talk to the troll. If we can avoid dealing with the troll entirely, that could potentially be good. I think we'll try and sneak closer and deal with the consequences if we fail. We've got a +4, so it's only DC 12, so we need an 8. Oh.
You had a +6 anyway, because you enhance ability.
You stumble over your own legs as you attempt to stalk forward. It makes a loud noise when your chainmail hits the ground. There you go, this one's yours.
The eyes of the troll are thrown open. Grr, grr, grr.
Uh-oh.
A cleric! Oh, I have waited so long! He roars.
Your bones are loose, sludger.
Long to crush one of his tiny little soldiers.
Oh. Yeah, he really wants to kill you, shit. Destruction. There's no reason to cast this spell. Apparently. What if I just immediately cast Inflict Wounds now? Okay. Roll initiative. Ah! At least a tier got a natural 20. Your angel companion takes the initiative.
The angel holds up her blade above her head and puts her offhand in front of her. Troll? She's not referring to the troll, she's just commanding. Her voice is carried in a loud telepathic wave, attracting his attention. A dazzling burst of light pops from her fingers as the troll turns his head. He winces and covers his eyes with both hands. You have awoken, King Morgause! Quite correct! For your doom is come!
Oh. Lordy.
He puts back a giant leg, then kicks it forward with another roar.
Nails. Piercing. Ugh. like a wave of spears. You try your best to shake off the impact, but damn. He loads a stone into his sling and shoots away, breathing heavily.
It crunches into the troll's kneecap, blowing the skin off and causing him to waver. You stand tall in front of the troll.
Molehill defying the mountain. Act now! Astonishingly foolish. You cannot defeat a troll with brute force alone. Sorcery is invented for moments like this. Your flesh is shaking. Fear in your very limbs. Okay, this clearly has got off to a bad start. Let's try to calm things down. Yes, you can reason with any being, including this one. Exactly.
They're not a woman.
How hard can a troll beat a trick? Trick? Inflict wounds, just exclamation marked on me. Tackle his leg, still your nerves, try to calm him down, DC 21. I yelled at him, the troll got kneecapped and the troll is blinded. Or DC 27, convince him you're just here to talk. In this instance, violence may be the answer. I might do inflict wounds, you know. Let's inflict wounds. You thrust a hand filled with necrotic energy into the troll's shin. Typically the shin is not the best target, but when you're pushing death itself into his body, it works just fine. The troll lets out a piteous groan, which as a troll, still rumbles with bass. Bass? Yes, bass and menace. He's damaged. He is damaged. Badly. The fighting is heating up. Focus, focus.
The angel brandishes her sword, leaps, and swipes at the troll's neck. But the troll has recovered from a tear's blinding attack. Inhumanly fast, the troll twists, grabbing her out of the air and slams her full length into the ground.
No! Damn it!
Adira is left on her back, crushed against the ancient stone.
She is moving, but very hurt. You cannot hold her back any longer. You must win this.
The troll leans forward, hate in his eyes. He swipes at you with jagged claws like a maniac, at a maniac pace, belaying his size.
It tears your flesh into bloody stripes. That wasn't too bad, actually.
Aye, blood is drawn, I will mangle your corpse, filthy cleric! The angel sends a message to Snell, motioning with her eyes.
Motioning at her many eyes.
Motioning at her many eyes.
Attack its eyes. Snell tosses his hair out of his eyes and looks up at Gorgalash's face. With sweat flying off his brow and his lightning-fast sling, the goblin fires a shot at the troll's face. It hits his left eye with a loud smack. There we go, direct hit.
The troll roars in pain and anger.
Yes! Focus. Consider your best options. You're right, in the death zone, get around him. You're right in the death zone, get around him. You can figure this out, you just need a moment to connect with him a little bit better. I love Wisdom being like, it's not the lost chord. I think Prayer of Healing, because this heals everyone. I'm going to do this. I don't think this skips my turn, though. But if not, I think I need it anyway, so... There we go. That's going to help Etir as well, I presume.
One would hope. Running circles around you, running circles around you.
We could try and knock him over. Stop on his toes isn't necessarily a bad idea. Repositioning is also not a bad idea. Figure out a non-violent way to end this, Intelligence. I'm surprised by you, Intelligence. I think we'll stomp on his toes, actually. So DC 4. We need 4 or above.
Close.
A massive target has its pros and cons. It's easier to hit, but it's harder to hurt. You have to be precise and make sure... Shut up! Stomp! Stomp! You stomp! Your boot crushes through the thick troll hide. You feel his bones break beneath your brutal blow.
The troll screams in fury.
Possible paths are closing off in this fight. Soon it'll be all or nothing.
The angel uses her sword to hoist herself up from her spot in the dirt. She moves forward in a disciplined advance, swinging her sword precisely along invisible lines drilled into her over millennia. Her swipe comes to cut at the troll's leg. The kingly beast roars in response, swatting wildly at both you and Tyr. The troll reaches towards you with one hand.
Shit. No, it's not. It's a feint.
Yes, Master, look up! You notice too late. The beast's moving forward. His foot is coming at you fast as a missile. Stop!
Oh no.
It comes down on you like a hammer on an anvil.
You cannot resist this force. Be flattened. Try not to be flattened. Try not to be flattened.
Uh-oh. The rough underside crushes your entire being in an instant.
You cannot do anything. It is an impossible weight. And you get crushed against the ancient stone. ... I failed. Again. Yes. Another sacrifice for the pavement, or the gravel road 30 feet down the lane. Blood pooling into the gutters. People forming a crowd all around. A spectacle of human achievement. This is probably flashback by the sounds of it. A fight against the most fearsome beast of Ascari. No, it's not. It's just this is what is happening. Ended in an instant. You saw when it happened. No, it is a flashback. When the troll awoke from mud and stone. When its claws crashed against the thatched roof of the neighbouring hovel. Father was not the first to grab a pike. He was not the last. He is one of many brave men. I remember the sound. Which one? The sound of Dad's bones being crushed. And his ragged breathing. You were close enough to hear. You were close enough to see. You were there for it all. The sight etched onto the inside of your eyelids. The sight of humanity being snuffed out by those wretched creatures, each deserving of complete annihilation, on the gravel road, 30 feet down the lane. Mother did not speak with you about it. Not once. I never asked.
Who asked?
You never asked. That is what a man does. He grabs a pike and goes to face the roaring troll. He gets his bone embedded into the pavement. Over and over and over again. Until the heavens open up to the earth and the hells spear their guts on your doorstep. Until the last man takes his last breath on the last day of existence. Until you die, you will. Pick up the pike. Jolterwick. Mangled. Bruised.
You watch as a tear, this strange woman, pushes herself to her limits to lift the troll's foot off your crushed body. Your armored guardian angel pushes the entire leg away. Keep fighting.
Dying.
Rate of healing doing well for you.
Nat 20!
Woo, nat 20.
I avoided exhaustion because I rolled on nat 20. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get up.
You live.
Bones cracked and soul returned, yes. You live.
The troll lets out a cackling laugh. I crush you, yet you stand! Cockroach!
You're lucky the angel's strong as shit, Snell yells, loading another bullet. Now keep fighting. We can take him. The goblin sits at a safe distance and launches another stone at the troll. Smacks him in the face this time, just to the side of his other eye.
You insolent pests!
It is time! Commit to something! Grab him! Yes, you need to commit, but to an actual plan. Figure it out. Now. You know the solution already. Bullies are cowards, and trolls are no exceptions. His fear of your god is his one defining feature. The thing that's chased him in the darkness down here for decades. Let's try to be Earth, then. At this point, you might actually succeed. DC -4. Grapple his leg. Calculate a way, any way for you to win this. Pretend to be Earth and intimidate the troll. I want to go for that, but...
DC -4.
I think Strength has given us enough rousing moment just beforehand that I think I'll go for Strength. But I am fascinated to see what that would be. And I also have Thaumaturgy, so it helps. Grapple his leg. Thank God. For the -4 DC. Trolls are strong, but so are you. You plant your feet near the troll's bracken trunk of a leg and grab it. He moves and thrashes as you do, but you've got a solid hold. You have control of one of his limbs. This is almost over. This is when it ends.
The angel creates a sphere of light that scalds the eyes to behold. She hurls it at the troll, and it explodes in dazzling splendor, searing his flesh and earning a wail of pain.
Yes. Don't mind me. Also, while I'm holding him, I'm just going to cast healing.
End this now, cleric! The bloody troll flails at you with his immense bulk and deadly claws.
He connects again, and again, and again, and again.
Get off my fucking leg!
And narrows. Despite being visibly panicked and tired, the goblin whips another stone at the troll's head. It cracks him right above his eyes. Your companion is on fire! Hell's yes, now! The goblin gives you a card nod. This is it. This is everything.
Suplex, suplex, suplex.
This is a time for divinity. Call on Earth. Remember the chance. I don't need Earth for this. Push him towards the cliff.
Ah, the Baldur's Gate solution.
Push. Everything comes into focus as you shift your body forward. Use it You use it effortlessly. Fuck! You use it effortlessly, executing a perfect shove on the troll's leg. Despite his size, the sudden, strong shove makes him windmill his arms to regain balance.
He lunges forward. No! No!
Now's your chance. Don't let him get away.
This is the end.
Focus and a steady mind. It is time to take this evil town. Rush up behind the troll.
I am the king of Ascari! I am!
Now is your moment. Your god is watching. Every god is watching. Strike down the beast. Finish what Earth started. Defeat Gorgalash. Tackle him.
Fuck!
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 You hear his roar fade into the rushing waters below. Yeah, you got an achievement. With that, it's over. Look down. To make sure the fading, echoing yell of the beast means he actually went all the way down to his doom. Big leader Gorgalash has fallen down to the gravity flip. That means the troll has a 1 in 20 chance of survival. Let's hope.
Morgause is heavily damaged and should be stuck in the gravity flip beneath this ridge. It is most likely dead.
Take a step back from the edge. Shaky breath leaves your chest. I can't believe it. That wasn't just a regular troll either, was it?
No, it was not. A tear cleans her bloodied blade with a singe of radiant light.
On the ground, just off the edge of the chasm, you see the only proof left behind by the beast. A tooth. Tusk. It is called a tusk. A troll king grabbed the tusk.
A vestige of an earlier, more brutal era.
A weapon of a more civilized time.
Well done, both of you.
I'm just happy I'm alive. Snout puts away his sling. I need to sleep for 27 years. Yeah, are you okay, cleric? You took some pretty nasty blows. I'm okay. A cure wounds or two and I'm always back to normal. I know your healing magic's strong, but still. The goblin turns to a tear who is floating near the edge. And, what about you?
I am fine.
You see traces on her armour from where the troll grabbed her before slamming her into the ground. You sure it is? I can heal you if you need it.
He holds up a palm. No, do not waste your spell slots.
This is Zapkill behaviour.
I will recuperate. This is what Zapkill thinks she is. She swings her sword, cleaning it of troll blood. An embarrassing mistake on my part to let him grab me.
No, I stand by my point. It is a Zapkill behaviour.
She's
Zapkill
going to
would
go back
absolutely
to...
be like, well, that was stupid of me, but oh well.
She's going to go back to the cart and pass the fuck out as though she's putting up a cold front. It has been many years since I fought against such a foe.
Who cares? You saved our asses.
Damn right I did. No, she sheathes her blade. I increased your odds, yes. She floats closer to you.
And pushes you off the edge. Send the troll my regards. This is for not following me down earlier when I've been down here for several days.
I cannot have you meet the man in yellow. The game would end. I am happy you did not die.
Me too. About you.
Many eyes then moved to Snell. Wonderful sling attacks, Snell.
Thanks.
If neither of you require any more rest, I suggest we investigate the man in the cage.
Go check out the cage by the pillar. Well, actually, having said that, having said not needing any rest, I'm sure a short rest would be fine.
He just fucking disappears.
Managed to restore 1 first level spell slot.
You ask both your
Unlocked all
companions what their
abilities.
political leanings are.
Oh, we're leaving? Alright. No, we're not leaving Stanwood. Seeing the man in the...
The man in the cage who just watched
man
you
in
take
the
an
cage.
hour nap.
Bone dust. Some dream patches. Bottle of milk. Homelander would love this. +1 strength, -5 constitution, and a potion of healing. Oh, god damn it. I forgot. I could just eat apples to heal. Oh well. I've got 66 of them.
66 apples!
The bottle of freshly squeezed milk. The label says it's produced in the hills, so it's the finest of the finest. +5 HP, +1 strength, -5 con. No, that would not reduce below 5 HP. I was concerned for a moment there. I was like, is this a useless item? Oh, I clicked consume. I did not mean to. I'm too full, thank God. Yeah, let's look at this first. We'll look at the man first before we decide to do wibbly wobbly stuff with some esoteric bullshit with the pillar. As you approach the cage, you hear a faint voice inside. Do you want Frank, son of Frank?
I might need a bit of a rest of my voice after I did the fucking troll.
I'll do it then.
Yay.
Ahem. Want you help me out of here, good fellow? On the ground, you see a key. Hey, troll dropped it. It's for the cage, of course. Yes, it must have fallen off during the fight. How convenient, looks directly at camera. You can probably ask for some type of reward in a scenario like this. What do I get in return? Eternal gratitude and lifelong friend? What kind of friend? Oh, the very rich kind. I might currently just be a prisoner of war or something like a kidnapping victim, but I have my coffers to summon. He said the magic words. Time to save the guy. Who are you? Currently, I'm but a man in need of a great savior. You think I should open it now? Yeah, I think you should. The dragon's slain. Time to save the damsel. You hear a laugh from inside the cage. A damsel, eh? I'll take it. Now, please. Do you have an opinion, Etty?
No.
You've got yourself a whole council out there, eh? Gotta get everyone's approval. I see. That's okay. I'm not exactly dying in here, but I appreciate it if you got the cage open. Meek, you have any thoughts on this?
Yes, I like cage, yes.
I don't say I agree personally, but I respect your opinion. And is that a mimic around your neck? I thought I'd seen everything. Right. What do you know about the tea shop? Look, I'll be very happy to answer any questions you've got, but please. You hear him banging on the bars. I'll be much more talkative with my freedoms in order. Open the cage with the key. As it opens, you watch a well-dressed and surprisingly not-so-scuffed man step out. I chose the right voice. Ah, yes, this is the feeling. Freedom. Prince Meridak Moonwatch. I might take a quick break because we're about to go into ads. So,
All right.
we'll take a quick break, and I need to go get I need to go get some water to hydrate to do voices. So, let's be back in a minute, or 3 minutes to be exact. Okay, bye. Hello and welcome back from ads, everyone. I've now got a drink, and now I can hydrate. Now is the time to spam your hydrate button if you have it. I have thoughts. This man does not look like the man dressed in yellow that was creepily standing above the building. That man was covered in weird yellow robes, and this man is not. But that could have been before this point. So that's just my immediate observation in regards to this. I think this might be the person that the elf was meeting, is what I'm thinking. And might have been running away because he was worried about being blamed for being the person that it was put onto.
Are you saying that
That's
there's
my
another
thought
man
process
in
at the
yellow?
moment. Yes, I think there may be another man dressed in yellow, but I cannot say for sure. Freedom. The sweetest nectar of any band. Yeah, this guy, he's got style written all over him. That sure is a freestrider. This is a merchant prince. Specifically the Moonwatch heir. You have heard of him. Are you Meriadoc Moonwatch? The one and only. The fancy freestrider flashes you a series of pearly white teeth. Allow me to properly introduce myself. He bows deeply. Hola, Hejo-san, salve, Emis, Sizak, hello, and greetings. He bows forward in a deep performative motion. My name is Meriadoc Moonwatch, great merchant prince of reeds. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, and quite honestly, a much bigger pleasure to be rescued by you. He looks to the goblin and immediately holds out a hand, presenting his palm. You must be a local tribe member. Great to meet you. He looks at the hand for a beat too long. Oh, the goblin did not like the tone of that. Technically, yes. He shakes the human's hand. I'm Snell. Huh. Snell knows that's not a handshake. Love it. Oh, of course. Meriadoc says, returning a limp shake. Yeah, you're not supposed to shake. That's a freeze-strider thing. They just show their palms to people. Showing one's palms is quite the ironic visual for such a well-focused ideology. And you must be the city's angel I've heard so much about. He bows his head before your celestial companion.
Treason Daldry.
What did you just call me?
Cunt.
Yes, to you too. Although I'll admit I've only picked up a few words of Celestial during my travels in Divini Torum. I've heard about you. A Reedsian author, right? That's it. He lifts his head even higher to proclaim a single question. And who might you be? I'm the cleric. My name is Ragan. I'm a government employee. I'm a roguish deliverer. Currently the sneaky kind. I'm a great wizard. I'm a mystical dancing bard. I'm a great barbarian of Ascani. Be very afraid. Flex. I'm a druid of Norvik. Great primal magic caster and so on. No, I'm the cleric. The cleric? That's right. I'll be damned. The one and only, eh? Love it. He claps his hands together. You, my good fellow, have just saved a top-ranking member of the Freestrider Revolution. So, now let us get down to business. What can a son of Free Frezan help you with? Anything you need. Why are you here? Great question. I'm on a covert expedition, you see. Expedition? Yes! I'm on a journey to document the experiences of the esoteric wonders beneath your city of Norvik. Meaning the maze of the Water Temple, the depth of the Fungal Valley, and of course, the great undercoast path itself. Water Temple? Water Temple, a half-frozen, half-submerged spiral maze in the city below. Found underneath the mount of the River Torna, it is said to suck in a portion of the river's water, sending it to the undersea. A similar temple is said to be found at the start of the river, far inland near the edges of the infinite wastes. Oh, you don't have stuff like that in Reeds? Of course we do, but I've already documented most of it. I'm currently writing my next book, called A Free Strider's Guide to Asgard. But writing a travel book about a place you've never ever visited sounds a bit silly, doesn't it? He laughs. It's quite the thing, this job of mine. Maybe. What? Don't just give a one-word response like that. It breaks the flow of conversation. Jeez. Sorry, I'm just nervous. You're a celebrity, you know. Sure. Okay, anyway. I use my trusty collection of spells to make my way down some invisibility, some detect magic, some charm person. Detect magic, a classic first level divination spell. It allows the caster to view magical effect, enchantments, illusions, and other esoteric things clearly within a certain range. You don't have access to this currently, but detect secrets should be a good substitute. Following the directions I brought from an old retired cleric, a recommended source, I found the hidden path down from the Tolstad tunnels. Easy trip. Surprised me, really. Did you cast Charm Person on Moongore? The bugbear. Oh yes, lovely lady. Yes, I had to, unfortunately. Don't think she would have let me pass otherwise. Punch him in the face. I understand. We did say we would defend her honor. No, we did say we would deal with this guy for her. What do we know of this man? Well, she very much didn't like being charm personed. I understand. Don't punch him in the face. Really, I'm not one to cast mind altering spells worldly. It's genuinely a last case scenario for me. I could also click that dialogue option again and punch him in the face. I could think about it.
Hey, just double checking. You did cast that spell on her. Yes, I've already told you. Oh, cool. I just beat the shit out of him.
You know,
So it's reserving judgment.
He stretches a bit, looking uncomfortable. It's not something I like to advertise, but yes, I've been trained since I was a lad. As you might imagine, the horrors of magocracy makes magic a less than desirable skill among free city leaders of all kinds. Tell me about this old retired cleric. Of course, a fellow named Boris. He lives with a monkey. He loves ChatGPT.
I love ChatGPT.
I love ChatGPT.
I love AI. God fucking damn it.
A what? A gorilla, to be precise. Ape, I suppose. His roommate. I'm not entirely sure why I mentioned it, but it just seemed like the most natural point of interest about Boris's character. I was recommended to him as a source of information about delving in Norvokian navigation. He's apparently served as a cleric here for over 40 years.
Boris
Hells of a
Johnson
career.
would have a monkey roommate.
I'll have to meet with him someday. For sure. He lives near the... Oh, what do you call it? The big facility built into the ancient ruins to the south of here. The Palace District? Yes, that's the one. I'm sure he'd love to talk to you as well. He looks away for a moment. Boris. Yes, a lovely fellow. Probably one of those retired clerics doing side work for the Pest Control Guild. It pays. But man, you gotta meet this guy someday. Like a monkey roommate? What the hell? So, did you cast Charm Person? Yes, I did. Of course I did. That animation, I love it. Making quite the sucker of a punch, you swing your It's making quite the sucker of a punch. You swing your fist directly into the face of the Free Strider. He lets out a confused groan. What in the name of every bloody fucking ballsack? There are not enough interrobangs on the coast to accessorize his confusion. Don't mind control women, it's rude. He touches his nose to make sure it's not broken. Shit. Got to be damned. He mutters to himself and throws glaring looks at you. Then he clears his throat and straightens his back. I forgive you. If you don't do it again.
You can technically do it again.
I can do it again, but it is an underlined part of dialogue. Which means consequences.
No, what I mean is you can probably go back through the dialogue a second time.
Oh yeah, I could, yeah. Don't worry, you deserve one punch, not more. Good, I suppose. And then the troll? He groans and rubs his eyes. I really should have been more careful, but once I've reached this far down, I figured there wouldn't be any trouble if I just rested a bit under one of these mushrooms. Mostly to regain my spell slots. And, well, there's not much to say. I was thrown into a cage, interrogated a bit by that brutish troll. I spent my remaining spell slots on him, but nothing seemed to work.
When I mentioned that I mind-controlled that woman, he punched me.
Told me it was rude to mind control women. Man.
Gorlash is many things, but he is not a sexist. He understands women.
I have internalized my gender. Did you manage to talk with the troll? Sure. If by talk you mean him screaming at me and threatening to eat me for a fair bit of the time. Lovely experience. I'll go straight in my book. The last vestige of Ascani's brutish past. Yes, that'll work. So no useful information. Well, the brute did mention how much he hated Earth. Sounded like he was one of the few who survived your dear god's cleansing during the city's founding. He also spoke about rebuilding the tribe, but I'm not sure what that even means. So good riddance, I say. Such a beast has no place in civilized society. Compared to the half-giants of Organi, I do not see much potential in trolls. He glances towards your goblin companion. Goblins, for example, are more or less stellar examples of this democratization of tribal cultures, if you pardon the expression. Snell looks tired. Happy to be a stellar example for you and your ideology. Yes, he did seem quite esoterically resistant. Indeed. Not entirely, of course, but every sharp person I cast just bounced off. Maybe that's because he's not a person and he's a monster. Maybe you should have used... At first, I thought it was due to his nature. Obviously, charm... Oh, fuck off. Obviously, charm person only works on direct humanoids. However, trolls are distinctly a giant variety. They even speak a broken offshoot of the giant tongue. So I'm quite confused over it, considering the esoteric freezing around the beast. I'm sure there was some strange pockets or biome effect he carried with him. Quite strange. Either way, he's gone now. Hopefully. The way he fell down into the deeper reaches of the gravity flip should suggest a gruesome death. But don't take anything like that for granted. What makes these parts so wondrous and horrific both is the esoterically unstable nature of these strings. You never know what you'll get. What are you voting in the election? Funny that you mentioned that. I did hear that anyone authorized to stay within the city is allowed to cast a vote, which is a wonderful policy, and the Ascani Reeds Trading Company has surely pushed for its implementation. However, as an outsider, one of significant political power, I will not partake. A free strider choosing not to vote, isn't democracy your thing? He shrugs. It would simply be tasteless. This election of yours should be decided by those who call Norvik home. Whether they've been here for a week or a decade doesn't matter. But I do not call it home, so I will not vote. That's why I haven't made my presence here known in this known in the city. I'm a here incognito. He's looking for a fight. You should disagree with him. He'll like that.
What?
I don't care. If you're not voting, you're useless. That makes sense to me. The future is a world of free striders, after all. Free trade, global prosperity, and brotherhood. Peace along the coast. Make a heart sign. Piss him off. That would be funny. That is just Charisma's whole MO. Well, except for when, something bad happened, it goes, maybe you shouldn't have pissed him off. It's not like I told you to. Hi, Sturm. Allowing anyone to vote like that is an awful policy. It can and will be abused. I disagree. We've seen time and time again in Reeds that states making limited attempts, as we call it, at democracy will always end up sliding into the old order, deciding who gets to voice their thoughts. Thus, the one to decide who gets the citizenship gets to decide the outcome of any election. Terrible. But there's a light in his eyes. Keep arguing. Okay, I do think this is a dumb policy. I do think for you to be able to vote in an election, you should probably be from that area. Or you should probably at least own property or be living for an extended period of time in that area. Because otherwise...
You should have a motive to make the place better.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, you can have people coming in from outside and changing something that will benefit them as an outsider. So yeah, I feel like... I think I can beat him in a fist fight, to be fair. Stum. I think he doesn't seem that particularly gifted except for spell-wise, and I don't think... I mean, he could turn himself invisible, but I think he used up his spell slots and he had to rest, so... yeah, I don't think it's a good policy. But if the citizenship is tied beyond culture or local vote, then can't outside influencing elections to increase? Count outsiders influence elections to increasing degrees? Citizenship should be a precious thing. Without tying nationality to cultural unity, the state will be unable to function properly. I believe multicultural free cities will simply take the power being taken from the people. Lead to the power being taken from the people. Sounds like that's how the Free Strider Revolution works. You move in, pushing the order out. Sure, makes sense. I still don't agree. This one is it's not necessarily it's an interesting fact to bring up. Because obviously every change in ideology, like Free Strider kind of stands for like democracy, but an interesting version of democracy. And most democracies have come from either a nation making another nation democratic, or a nation choosing to be democratic by its own people. Or, in our case, the king said, yes, you can be a democracy. But I still have a say. So, in a lot of cases, yes, a lot of democracies have kind of shoehorned their way in there. I don't know. I would still take being a democracy over being a dictatorship. So I don't necessarily think that's 100% a bad thing. Will simply lead to the power being taken from the people. It's a very Scarless response. Interesting response, though. I believe multicultural free cities will simply lead to the power being taken away from the people. Not necessarily untrue, because it depends on the way you view it. It depends on your perspective. Multiculturalist societies... Okay, let's take recent council elections. So a lot of the rural areas have gone to the Reform Party, and a lot of the cities have gone to the other parties, and a lot of them have gone to Green, which are considered like the multicultural one. They're considered the kind of lots of different communities coming together to make something, and they're very green. I imagine green, and that does seem to be that the places that have most multiculturals do actually tend to vote more within, like, lots of people having an opinion, leading to a more kind of multicultural area. So I guess that suggests that people coming in then stop the real people that live there to take over. So I don't really like the way that's worded. It kind of reads as those immigrants coming off on those boats to me. I don't know if you see that the same way there, Blue, but yeah.
It definitely can be read that way.
Yes. Citizenship should be a precious thing. Without tying nationality to cultural unity, the state will be unable to function properly. True, I guess, to a sense. There is a weird through line, especially with being English. Well, I suppose it actually happens in every country. But I kind of hate and love England. I do have a sense of national pride with things that I like. And I do have a sense of being proud of my country at times. And I think cultural unity, that having that pride in one's country is, if you believe in the country, then it will be more unified and it will be able to function better. But then again, you lose detractors if you have a nation of only people that are proud. You lose people having a secondary opinion. But this isn't the argument in relation to people being able to vote in a city that they've only been in there for a kind of relatively short time about being in. So I'd say in this context, I agree with that statement. But this is what I will say, because this is the first thing that came up that I kind of felt was the correct answer to me. But if citizenship is tied beyond culture or local folk, then can't outsiders influence elections to increasing degrees? There is absolutely an argument there. We freestriders focus on democracy as a way for folk to free themselves. That influence, as you say, is nothing but an invitation to a broader community of free trade, fortune building, and most importantly, peace. Oh, I can just say them all. Alright, I'll say this too. Citizenship should be a precious thing. Without tying nationality to cultural unity, the state will be unable to function properly. What you speak of there is, in my view, simply the destruction of authoritarianism. Monocultural cities have shown to grant more power to the state, yes. But just look at how that power has been wielded over the years. The Coast War is what happens when states with folks are pitted against each other in such ways. So, fascism can only appear in the form of cultural unity. No, that's not what I mean. I'm only saying... He shakes his head. The state does not need to have its tendrils wrapped over every port and guild. In fact, economic prosperity happens when the state actually lets go. And the people will have better lives and more free lives, only if that economy prosperity comes first. The invisible, not magical hand of the market will decide our fate. A classic Freestrider slogan. I believe multicultural free cities will simply lead power to being taken away from the people. Oh? Why? Look what's happening with the guilds. With a divided workforce, unionization is nearly impossible. Just 10 years ago, it was bad enough between dwarf and human conflicts. But these days, the Asgard unions are unable to establish simply because they cannot reach out to the diverse workforce. Because the people means humans in this case. If they become a minority in their own city, they will not have any democratic powers at all. A local people will lose their right to self-determination simply due to the grand democratic. Okay, so if the humans become a minority in that case, are they still the locals? If you become a minority in a location, the locals surely become the majority. Maybe. Because I feel like if a whole... Yeah, it's not good if you're... But I can think of a counter-argument to that too. Because if you have a whole community wiped out through violence, and then a lot of people move into that area and then become the dominant, then the minority in that case would still be the local, but would also have new locals that would have more people in it. I think this is that reads to me as we are. I don't know what that reads to me because that can be read in multiple different ways. I think actually, because I think there is an argument for that.
Context matters. Who would have thought?
Yeah, context matters. In this case, there's so many diverse, many peoples here in this city from various different people, various different races, because they are races in D&D. So various different races. The goblins, the halflings, probably have as much say as anyone. They live here. They participate. Goblins kind of have a decent form of goblin at the moment, just, not the evil dragon queen. That's the bit I'm not a huge fan of.
Is she evil? I don't think that's her alignment.
I don't think that's her alignment, but she's she does care about them. It's an interesting one. I don't hate her, but this kind of comes along with my idea of the immortal god emperor being, benevolent. If you have an immortal benevolent person, having an immortal or even a god, a deity, in like that can actually affect the world. No tea, no shade against God. That's kind of more of a, in a fantasy sense, that's a juicy thing to explore. Because I personally don't feel like I disagree with that too much. If a person can live forever and has a guarantee of not changing, like, their opinions, no, not even not changing their opinions, being kind, being good, whatever good means, over time. If you have benevolence in your heart always, then
if you can change the definition of what benevolent means so that this thing can be infinitely benevolent.
Treat their people well. Treat the people they rule over well. And gives them lots of stuff. Protects them against foes and gives them healthcare, for instance, like improves their quality of life. That feels like a good thing. Even though it's one person having all the power. Anyway, that was completely off the tirade of this one. That was a completely separate point. The divided workforce unionization is nearly impossible. Just 10 years ago, it was bad enough between dwarf and human conflicts, but these days the ethical unions are unable to establish simply because they cannot reach out to the diverse workforce. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Can I retract that statement? I'm actually apolitical. I'm going to go with this one, because I think this is more of an interesting thing to ask. It stops to think about your words. I suppose I'm not looking at this from I'm looking at this from a very different point of view. Reeds is, as I'm sure you know, a big melting pot. Multiculturalism is just the default way of life. Since the Coast War, the surviving folk around Old Dominion War scrambled into the livable regions. Personally, I don't view bloodlines as even relevant. With the humans, that's rich if you're prince, but I suppose it doesn't seem to be an inherited title. That I know of. I don't have the context there. Personally, I don't view bloodlines as even being relevant. Whether humans, or orc, or halfling, or dwarf, we all have the same capacity for reason and logic. Thus, the nation-state is not based upon ethnic or racial lines, but rather a collection of ideas. In my case, the ideas and ideals behind free striderism, free trade, prosperity, and brotherhood. Ethnic lines are irrelevant. Dwarves of Norvik are culturally blended with humans, as are many halflings, but if you open up for people with other cultures, other ideas, as you say, that will lower the self-determinism of the people who share the Norvokian ideas. That's just a changing with the times. Blood is relevant. Just because the humans of Old Dominion blew themselves up doesn't mean the humans who's left should suffer the same fate. We have a right to govern ourselves. Yes, also kind of true. I believe there's a balance to be struck with enough self-determinism, but also a controlled amount of immigration in order to allow for healthy exchange of ideas without running over the local populace. Probably that one feels most correct to me, just on a vibes check. True. No, humans should not necessarily suffer for the fate of the humans that came before them. The goblins govern themselves. So should it not make sense that the humans can also govern themselves? But then if the goblins and the humans only govern themselves and they start not liking each other, then they start fighting each other, which leads to death and war, which is generally not a good thing.
I just kind of want to mention the hilarity of this situation of you fight a giant fuck-off troll to free this guy and immediately get into a political debate with him. Like,
Yep. That's that when this is this game's.
I know this is
like, MO.
but like, yeah.
I think there's a balance to be struck with enough self-determinism, but also a controlled amount of immigration in order to allow for healthy exchange of ideas without running over the local populace. That does sound like a healthy middle ground, and I can promise you that is essentially what the Free Striders are aiming at. We have no interest in taking over, we simply want to trade and keep the peace. To share prosperity for all folk. All. I'm not going to say this because I don't want to. Sure. Makes sense. I actually will agree with him. I feel like I haven't exactly swayed you, but I understand your predicament. I can promise you, free striderism is good for everyone involved. It's been proved over the last decades all over Reeds. Let's do the tea shop question last. Tell me more about you. A dangerous thing to ask a merchant prince. Well, I'm a dangerous man. Wink. Oh, he mouths. Cleric. Atir has an opinion.
Oh. Apologies, Atir. Cleric. That's
I'm
not
winking.
an opinion.
No, I get it. Very playful. I'm just someone who could very easily talk your ear off. He lets out a hearty laugh and strikes a pose. I've been known to bore officials in every city with my political rants, and intrigue common folk around the coast with my tales. So go ahead, what do you wish to know about Meridoc Moonwatch? Don't speak of yourself in the third person, it's very pretentious. I don't do it that much, do I? You appear to have left an impression on the Free Strider. His micro-expressions show insecurity now. No, it's fine. Right. Damn. Didn't think you'd be that sensitive. Wonder what other old bullet holes you can shove a finger into. So you're an author? I am! Over the course of a very long and illustrious career, that's only getting started, by the way. I've written over 30 books to date. 5 historical biographies about post-war revolutionaries, those important figures who paved the way to free striderism. Over a dozen half-regarded novellas following the adventures of the fictional mage hunter Pelric Smed. And of course, the rest are my famous travel journals, the main series of which focuses on a band each, so I've only got 3 more to go. Which bands have you yet to explore? Divini Torum. Since I'm still awaiting an official invitation from our Free Strider contact in the Golden Horde, it would be much easier to explore the mountain and its slopes if I had a celestial bodyguard, would it not? And then, Ascani, I'm here to research the book right now. And finally, Yim. Yim? As I'm sure you know, it's not exactly a band friendly to outsiders. Even if you ignore the giant magical walls stretching across the east and western land paths, as well as the tree creatures tossing boulders at any ships nearing most shores. All the great ethereal spiders, all the blood curses, all the infinite swamps, all the wild primal spirits. Even if you ignore all of that, Yum's biggest issue for an explorer is simply the fact that we do not have a single contact inside its borders. They do exist. We know of many folk who originate from its shores and forest, and strange broken cliffs. However, since the Fade era, there does not seem to exist any large-scale civilizations. One day, I will brave its trails. But it'll be the last band I tackle, and it might be my doom, but if there are people inside those walls whose lives could be improved through free striderism, it is my duty to do so. You're quite the writer. Sure am. It's something to do during those long winters in my mansion in Tharzen, or on those long ship rides across the coast. How did you become a trade prince? Long story. It's actually very, very long story. I've got time. Wonderful. It gives you an excited nod. I was born during the Battle of Phazon. That's quite the detail, isn't it? The Battle of Phazon, with the tanks and the fall of the city. Oh yes. It was the beginning of the end of the Majorcrats. My father was the head of a minor noble family in Phazon at the time. He protected us as the city crumbled, and he swore on that day to never again support the Arcanists. That was the day my revolution started as well. In time, my father joined them. As the wizards attempted to rebuild their city, freestridism grew among the people. It was a natural event, like an awakening among all folk. I was there, and saw it every step of the way. The Arcanists no longer flew in the skies, they could no longer harness those infinite power sources. We mortals could now strike them down. Me and my sisters have fought with our revolution all our lives. As we won, our family's trading corporation was regarded as a cornerstone of the Freestrider movement. We were ordained as a high corporation. Once I'd proved myself worthy as a spreader of the ideals, I was granted a position within the corporation as a trade prince. That's been my life ever since. How old are you? I'm 57 years old. Look him up and down. How? He burst out, a wild laugh. Good God, yes, I keep forgetting I don't quite look it. Being a trade prince has its perks, you see. Ever heard of a potion of longevity? The life-extending potion? Oh, yes. How many have you had? 3. It's quite the risk to drink. Any more, though, so I probably won't. You see, they get progressively more side-effecty the more of them you ingest. And considering what my coven tells me, I should probably be happy with a natural death by now. How expensive are they? Arguably invaluable. However, if I were to do some head math, by supporting my personal coven, finding their brewery, and buying all of the ingredients, I've probably paid somewhere around 1,000,000 tens for each of them, maybe more. That's maybe upwards of 2,000,000 crowns. That's a lot. Sure is. Can I have one? No. Come on, please. Even a mega coven can only brew 1 or 2 of those potions in a given year. As you can imagine, they go to whoever has the most resources. That seems unfair. Many would agree, however limited resources are what they are. What is a trade prince? I oversee certain branches of the Moonwatch High Corporation for one. There are some responsibilities to the revolution, of course, but that's really more of a side hustle, the writing being one of them. Lots of politicking and lots of travelling. A very fun position. Literally your dream job. Must be stressful. Sometimes, but I like it. Perhaps I'm a bit of a thrill seeker though. So you just travel around a bunch? Most of every day, every year, yes. I haven't gotten tied down yet, so this exciting lifestyle is what I've chosen. We'll see if that changes in the future. Perhaps I'll get married, who knows. What about you, good fellow? You tied the knot yet? Your heart. It is pumping. Alert! Alert! Whatever you do, do not act weird. Your goblin companion glares at you. Feel dizzy. Oh, sorry, I must have mumbled. I said, do you have yourself a woman? Or perhaps a man? I'll be honest, I've yet to research how the Earthfolk manage their intimates. Buggering isn't outlawed here, is it? Gods, I hope not. You really can't handle a conversation like this. Can't you dodge it or something? Tears, many eyes. Oh, sorry, that's you, not me.
Oh. Tears, many eyes land upon you, and then the goblin. You better not be gay. No. Snell, are you okay? Is it?
Yeah, this is normal. Don't worry. He mutters back to her. I, attempt not to faint. Sorry, must seem like a strange question, but you'd be surprised. There are tons of cities across the coast that try to regulate and codify what people do with their bums. It's all really quite ridiculous. I want to talk about something else. Attempt to have this conversation. I need to stabilize myself. No, I attempt to have this conversation. That's my angel girlfriend and my goblin boyfriend. And you better be okay with it, man in yellow. Success! You raise your head. The nervousness is gone. I want to talk about sex. Hope it's not bad to ask. Ask about what? Oh, sorry, I must have been unclear. Just wanted to ask you about buggering. The butt. Yes, it is legal here in Norfolk. Yes, I believe so. Norfolk has no laws dictating sexual activity between consenting adults. Legal courtship and marriage is also open between all folk type and adult people, over the age of 21 in human-scaled years. It's legal then. Good to know. So, about my original query then. You got yourself a special someone at home, my good fellow. Your one and only real weakness. Lol. Yeah, sure. Oh, do you now? He leans in. I've got Snell. Dear, how about you, Meek? Actually, no.
How about you, Meek? God.
How about... how about... I think that's probably what he would say. How about you, Meek?
Yes, this is a weird thing to ask, Meek. Yes.
The Strider seems to not know... to somehow not... The Free Strider seems to be somehow not confused by your talking scarf. It's here?
Do not imply that, cleric.
I've got Snell. No, you don't. Actually, no. Oh. Stare at him nervously. Well, I wish you well in the future.
Did I just watch this man get rejected 3 times? How is he still standing? This man's resilience must be off the charts.
If that is a thing you ever want to begin with, of course. Many go through life alone, and many do it without standard experience of love. And that's still valuable as well. Keep staring at him. He nods and smiles. What do you know about the tea shop explosion? His smile drops. I suppose I should tell you a little story. Yeah, we've been looking for you, Mr. Frank Frankerson. He nods to the goblin. Hope we can keep this under wraps, of course, but as you might have imagined already, I am down here without any permit. I don't care, just tell us what you know.
You and everyone else, apparently.
He braces himself. I arrived in the morning and planned on taking a stroll through Tolstad before heading down. My presence was a bit of bad timing, really. A week before the election and the son of a free Phazon arrives on the scene. That could cause a bit of havoc. And since our dear Ascani Reed's trading company was doing so very well in this election, I did not want to steal any limelight. But then, of course, fate intervenes. And just when I find myself before the Ascani pillar, a damn fireball goes off next to me. Just my luck. So once the ringing had stopped and some goblins started swarming the place, trying to put out the flames, I decided quite quickly that this could end poorly for both my timetable and the poor people that had to deal with this mess. So you snuck away. Indeed. I rushed down the stairs, since I already had my direction. I figured I'd postpone that upstairs sightseeing. Head straight down into the below, as you people say. You people? Oh, the locals, of which you are a part. I assume. He is. Don't worry. The Free Strider gives you a solemn frown. I saw something. You see, I have a pair of glasses. They allow me to detect magic, amongst other things. Where are the glasses? Lost, sadly. The troll shook me around, so they've ended up somewhere down the river, I presume. What did you see? I saw a man on fire. What?
tends to happen in a fireball.
Specifically, I saw the outline of a man. Invisible. An invisible man. Perhaps I should describe it more like a... He stretches his chin, then perks up. Ah, yes. An invisible smoking man. My glasses allowed me to see him, or at least the faint outline of his esoteric illusion. Where did you see this? I just entered the... what is it called? The area right below, with all the apartments and the big ravine. Pillar Crossing. You saw this invisible man at the Pillar Crossing. Yes, that's it. I saw him heading around across the bridge, or rather towards the pillar. At what time did you see this? Couldn't have been more than 10 minutes after the explosion. How many seconds does it take to walk from the pillar upstairs to the pillar downstairs? 60 seconds tops. Then perhaps that? I was rushing to get away from the drama after all. Could you see any other details about this man? It was clear that it was a man. He was on fire.
He
was
had
probably
his
wearing some
penis
type
out.
of armor. Silhouette made that fairly obvious. A human, I would guess. Too tall for a dwarf. Too short for a, I don't know, half giant. But really a humanoid slightly taller than either of us. I'm sure you're experienced with detect magic. But my glasses are not as powerful as that spell usually allows. Hmm?
The man he's describing, that sounds eerily similar to Viskin at the moment.
Viskin wasn't wearing armor.
Oh, the duck then. Sorry.
Yeah, the duck. I can see the duck being this. Somebody wearing armor who was on fire that wasn't affected by it. Could be the duck. Could be the dead guy. Could be the paladin that came down here. Could also be somebody else random. Could also be all bullshit.
Is true, it could entirely be complete bullshit.
The elf that we saw that led us down here did not have any armor on, and it was a woman.
Yeah.
A tear might be able to be mistaken for a man. But a tear has distinct things about them. Could you tell me why, please? Thank you. Who else is there?
Also, this guy doesn't seem that sexist. I don't think he would.
Giant. Couldn't have been the. No, he doesn't seem sexist. He hasn't given off.
So he doesn't seem like the type of person who would misjudge man versus woman. If he says it's definitely a man, I generally would believe that.
He could be lying a half truth though, because he can go invisible.
I was there. I was the invisible one.
And then why run away this much? I mean, he's given his excuse, but this does not seem like a good enough excuse to run away. Unless he was worried about being killed by the person he saw. Could be Darrow.
I think Darrow's... Is Darrow tall? I feel like Darrow's quite short.
He was sitting, it was hard to tell. Interesting. Let us progress. So sadly, all I could see was that of a silhouette. What did the man do? That's a question worth 1,000,000 tens, eh? What did he do?
He quacked. Ah, got him.
Meridoc takes a deep breath. He went inside the pillar. Inside the pillar, he says. The pillar of Jaw. Elaborate. I agree, that seems reasonable to do. It's strange, but let's be clear. I first thought I saw a strange esoteric event or a ghost. Because the silhouette I saw, it went straight into the pillar of Jaw. Right in. As if it walked into the stone, and the stone turned into... How do I describe it? A magical mass. Huh.
Wasn't there that guy standing outside of the pillar that you were worried about at one point?
The guy standing
It was
outside.
like
Yes,
guarding
he
it.
was. The one that attacked us.
Yeah.
That looked like the elf, though. Could still be the elf. That makes sense. They could be. It could be us.
It could be us.
They are also describing us, somebody in armor. I don't know why we would have been on
He
fire.
did say a bit
No, why
taller
would it be?
than.
There's no way it could be us. We weren't there.
He also did say a bit taller than yourself and him. Um,
Yeah. Also, we know we're dealing with a warlock that has a patron. Because the warlock attacked us, because they were a hexblade. We figured that out. If
that
anyone
was
can do
a.
warlock weird type shit and walk into pillars, it could also be like the patron or the warlock itself.
I'm pretty sure the warlock was a woman though. Problem.
Yeah, some
'Cause
things
her
aren't
mask got off.
consistent amongst these. But it could be the patron of the warlock is what I'm thinking.
Uh, I suppose.
Because we don't know what's in there. Like, the pillar could be a patron to this warlock. It would explain how they're able to get
Jaw.
around so well. It's a pillar of Jaw, but we don't. I don't believe it's been explained that Jaw made it. But it could be Jaw. To be fair, we are clearly connected to Jaw, in a massive way, rather than the god that we think we are. And we are a pillar to. We have been suggested to be a cleric of a dead god as well, which is Earth, I suppose. That makes more sense, actually. I don't know why I didn't put those two things together, because Earth is dead. That was dumb. Anyway, continue. A gate. You sure it wasn't a ghost, then? I've seen ghosts, good fellow. This was no ghost. This was an invisible, very real man. Wherever he went, once he was inside the pillar, his presence disappeared immediately, along with that esoteric force emanating from the stone. I've never seen anything like it, but I have read about it. The pillars of Jaw across the coast. The Arcanists performed many an experiment on them. There have been reports found in hidden documents during the rebuilding of Phaser, you see. Documents from high-ranking Arcanists. This is all kept very secret among the Free Strider ranks. Please tell me. I can tell you one thing about it, perhaps. Let's find a logical... I did punch him in the face. I have got now a +5 DC to this. Find a logical argument as to why he should tell you everything. A tear stares at him with many eyes. It also gives me advantage. You debated him and let him win under the effect of enhanced ability. Find a logical argument as to why he should tell you everything. Yeah, that's an interesting suggestion. Natural 20, get fucked. I destroy you with facts and logic. Glances at your angel companion with her hat on the handle of her sword. Yes, this man clearly accepts logic. A rational human. A wizard, even. Mr. Meridoc Moonwatch, any information you can give me will help in this case. Now push the most rational thing he obviously desires. As any of those foolish Free Striders' desires. If you know something about the pillar, then telling me would not only help my case, it would also most importantly keep the first ever election of Norvik safe. He claps his hands together. You said the magic word, didn't you? Yes, I do worry about that this whole old event will curse the Free Striders' cause. If you can keep things clean up. The Free Strider gives a reluctant nod. Fine. As I said, this is top secret, so you did not hear it from me. He crosses his arms and looks out into the mist. The Free Strider ideal is meritocracy without magic. However, obviously we inherited the massive esoteric caches left behind by the Arcanists. Because of the beheadings. Terrible and idiotic waste of talent. Easy way to get some magical goodies. Kill all the wizards. While magic itself grew weaker over the years due to Arcanist greed, many of their findings are still quite useful to this day. Especially their scientific data. What's secret about this, then? They appear to have been in contact with Jaw. That is fascinating. Jaw's dead. Not exactly a conversation or anything. They received esoteric messages, not unlike the ones recorded during the Gate era, well, by civilizations like Snailfolk, who built all of these ruins around us. It was an omen, you might call it. What did he tell them? The Freestrider taps his hand onto the pillar. Some strange codes. Taught them some new spells. The last message we found written down by one of the Arcanists, the Hagshagans, it was an order to stop. Hagshagans was one of the people that had the petrified. There was an apprentice to them that was petrified. Further up,
They also Hagshagans was someone imitating a Hagshagans also was Meek's Master.
Also what?
Meek's Master.
Oh yeah, also Meek's Master. Yeah. Stop what? To stop opening the gates. He raises his chin. You see, then he places a hand upon the pillar beside him. They found cracks in the gates. The gates of Jaw, leading to the outside. The places we all come from. They got out. Teams of Arcanists back when they still wielded 9th, 10th, and 11th, even 11th level spells. They could enter into the pillars just for short stints. Many did not return, but those who did described a void of souls, alien worlds beyond, far realm aberrations, and paths within streams. Whatever that means. Their work was cut short due to the Coast War, but they got in, my good fellow. And Jaw was not happy about that? It did not appear so, no. He nods. I believe that invisible man, who most likely fled directly from the explosion, he too entered one of those cracks in the ancient gate. This is feeling more like Viscon now, as unlikely and wondrous as that seems. Luke.
Oh, sorry. If there is a rogue spellcaster capable of hiding inside the gate, then someone will have to apprehend him. That really does sound like Viscon.
Huh. How would you even deal with that? Like, do we follow him through the crack? Yes, sir. We must follow him through the crack. Glare at the pillar. Doc chuckles. A nervous chuckle. Good luck with that, I say. But unless you happen to know some ancient beings or gods forbid still alive Arcanist.
I'm right here.
Or still alive Arcanist.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you're out of luck. We found no realistic way to replicate their attempts to enter the pillar. It's not like higher tier spells are exactly common. Could a Sphinx count as an ancient being? Oh, we speak of the giant Sphinx upstairs. She's quite the celebrity. Hells, if you can get her on your side, then why not? I do know some Freestrider researchers attempted to get on the good side of a Sphinx in one of the layers of near Kree Ebb, but that didn't exactly end too well. Just not that I know any. But what about a Lich? He squints at you. What about it? Just hypothetically. Yeah, sure. Look, Liches come in all sizes. We had entire cities run by Liches back in Old Dominion. Some of those Arcanists who went inside the cracks and survived were Liches. So yeah, if you happen to know a Lich, sure. The Lich might help you, if they don't just consume your soul first. You are aware that they are quite literally life-sucking horrors, right? I'll be careful. Good. And good luck. You'll need it. What about an insane demi-lich? I'd
Okay,
suggest staying
that's
away.
very specific.
I'd suggest staying away from one of those, but really, even if you had one as your best friend, it probably would not have the power to perform such magics. Yes, I'll find a way in. Bows his head. I am happy to be of service. Looking very worried for your safety. Your goblin companion, who stands quiet next to you as you discuss these methods of interplanar travel, raises a hand. Just to be clear, we're talking about teleportation, like magical transportation. Hi, Lizzie. What do you think? What do I think? Snail sides eyes the grinning freestrider before leaning him with a scowl. Look, I'm speaking on behalf of Lady Sageleaf when I say this. Should not be in our jail. Very interesting. And I will also hydrate. He takes you aside, a few steps away from Meridoc. The halfways want this handled, no matter the obstacle. Why does Sageleaf really want this so badly? The goblin thinks about it, letting his eyes land upon the pillar. Then he tells you, if we don't get something tangible, like for example, this rogue spellcaster, then the halfways will be in a real shitty situation. What, is Sageleaf losing power? Nah, she's got that in the bag. Economically speaking, the city is fucking us all the time. Sorry to break it, but your bosses don't really make it easy for us. I'm listening. If the city manages to get their way on this whole fireplace failure narrative along with all of these damn zoning disputes, legally we're looking to get completely screwed. Lots of tenants that we have to house without any permanent permits for the apartments they occupy. Hundreds of buildings across Tolstad, commerce, living space, even some government locales. Whoa. If we don't get something tangible, at the very least some type of leverage on your dear Magistrate Darrow, then he lets out an exasperated sigh. I have to do everything I can to stop that from happening. The old lady puts her trust in me to handle it.
I'm sorry, what are you doing against Darrow? This seems very pertinent to me.
Even if it means travelling into the beyond? Yes, even that. No matter what. No matter what. Gives you a determined frown. This could be very dangerous. No, I get it. His eyes speak of bravery in the face of an overwhelming new experience. We're not taking this lightly, I promise. We have decided to go into the Pillar of Jaw, Meridoc. Oh, how lovely. I hope you survive. If you do, I'll be sure to write a piece about it. Do you know an elf here on Tolstad? Not really, no. I have a few elven friends in Reeds, but I'm quite new here in Norfolk. How come? An elf died in the explosion in the tea shop. Oh.
And if he was in sight of it, one would expect he would have seen them.
If he sounds like he was outside, and the elf died on the inside.
Gotcha, never mind then. Continue, my suspicion will be waylaid.
Oh, I had no idea. That's what he's saying, anyway. There's certainly a scandal. That's certainly... Sorry, I'm not Snail. That's certainly a scandal in the making. An elf, you say?
Don't worry,
Ilya
sometimes.
knows soon. Uh-huh. She might have been the target of the explosion. That's just awful. He shakes his head. I will leave this investigation to you, but I assure you I've had no contact with any elf in the city of yours. You are unsure if he is speaking truth or not, but his eyes do not waver. Is this the guy that dropped the yellow hat? Most likely, yes. No, it's mine. Keep it. Okay, sure, why not? No. Under the effects of enhance ability, you debated him and let him win. Meek keeps an eye out. Disadvantage, you punched him in the face. Convince him to pay you a lot of grounds. Fuck yeah.
Meek keeps an eye out.
Meek always gives us a plus.
I know, but like Meek keeps an eye out is such a... Yeah.
Oh. Oh no. What? You literally missed the opportunity to ask him. What? When? When you saved him before, that would have been so smooth. Now it's too late, maybe. Hey, Mr. Merritt. Try it anyway. You're alive still, right? He looks down on himself. I do believe so, yes. That's good. Gives him a thumbs up. He returns the gesture with a goofy grin on his face. You fool! What about the money? Oh, right. Yeah? Mary, can I have money? He laughs. You sound like my sister-in-law. Snell laughs. Feel embarrassed. Anyway, anything else you need, a cleric?
Man!
Well, he laughs it off. That's not the worst outcome. Try it again later, though. It might work. That's all I've got for now. Very well. I think I'll pick myself up here for a bit. I think that darn bastard troll tossed some of my belongings down the riverbed. Hopefully I'll be able to recover some of it, but either way, thank you again, good fellow. Oh, my enhanced ability expired. You performed an amazing service for me in the entire revolution, if you believe some of my fans. He presents his palm to you. I owe you a great deal. If we ever cross paths again, I'll be sure to repay you. Don't shake his hand, you'll look like a fool. Yeah, don't shake it. So I won't see you here again? I believe I've seen enough of this here up Hollow Ridge for half a lifetime. Though I might continue this delve at some other time today, I will make my way upstairs. I've got some business in the palace to take care of. And then, election time. The freestrider shows you his palm in an open gesture. Well then, if you need anything else, I'll still be here for a little bit. But good luck out there, and if I have time, let us speak again on election day. I'll be sure to hang around Tolstab when it's time. Alright, goodbye, Prince Moonwatch.
I'm sure you will hang around. Foreboding statement.
I will come back to the pillar in a minute. But we're about to have ads coming up, so I say we call a quick break. Do you agree? Do you agree that we should break? Well, it doesn't matter about your opinion.
Man, fuck you. Fuck you.
Hello, we return. We were just theorizing
Yes.
whether there is false information or not. We're just saying it's interesting. It could be incorrect information. I still don't quite know how he knows they were male, except for body shape. But they were wearing armor, and armor rarely looks different if it's on a man or a woman.
Hold on, wait. They were under the effects of an invisibility spell, and the guy could see outlines. Hold on a minute. He might have just seen his penis. It is possible.
That would suggest the person was wearing armor in their upper portion, but not the lower portion.
Not necessarily. If the armor was invisible.
The investigation has gone into more depth, but we have found the man dressed in yellow, so that is a plus. I did. It's this man here. I haven't actually beheld him yet. It is Prince Meriadoc Moonwatch. I have beheld him.
The top piece of information is he is not called Frank.
He is not called Frank.
Not his real name.
He looks underwhelming. Kind of. He's not. It's not necessarily. It's not the break in the case. He's just a guy. But he does. There are explanations as to how he's done everything that he does, but we don't necessarily know if he's responsible for what happened at the tea shop. So it's an interesting one. He is human, reads folk, a level 6 writer, a true freestrider. He's famous, known along any metropolitan square, mansion, and/or ballroom across the coast. The type of guy who's leveraged the changing world and its newly popularized technology to gain a hell of a lot of I just thought of a theory, but I'll come back to
Oh.
that. Hell of a lot of staying power, but he's also old money. That certainly didn't hurt, so not as impressive as the scrappy underdog story would have you believe, but still pretty impressive. Honestly, for a blue blood with Arcanist ties to even survive the revolution is a feat of its own, but to flourish, that's a true talent. Expecting a featureless guy in a yellow striped suit with a crown. Maybe. That could still happen. I don't think this is the man that was on top of the tea shop dressed in yellow. I think that's the elf, who's not a man, who's a woman. Could be a changeling?
Ooh.
So that feasibly could mean it could be anyone.
True.
Do changelings exist? I haven't heard them brought up yet, I don't think.
But it is D&D.
It could have come up, and I just didn't pay attention to it.
In theory,
but,
mimic, yeah.
it's
me.
Or a disguise, someone just disguising themselves. But we know this person can go invisible. That is a fact. We know they can walk into the pillars of fucking jaw, so they're clearly some kind of fancy. I think we're dealing with something like of good strength. So something that is on the same level as a really old arcanist like Viscan. Or Viscan. Or just Viscan. Or just Viscan. Which narrows it down somewhat to who it can feasibly be. In terms of like their power scaling. Troll must have raided some undercoast merchant. Ah, yes, once again, I figured out I can walk behind. There's a crab there. Maybe I shouldn't walk up to the crab, but I want to.
Oh, also, Cetron, we killed a giant fuck-off troll.
Oh, yeah, we killed a troll. Yep. Hello, crab. I have become one with crab. No, an actual troll. Big giant
Don't worry,
troll.
Cetron, you weren't in stream earlier.
I need to get past. Oh, you can't fly like me. Get fucked. Your stomach churns from walking over the bridge. You pathetic man. An apple. I will take this apple. I will eat some apples. Consume. 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 Consume.
Skyrim ass.
Consume. A large mushroom with some berries growing around it. I will take the... These are lingonberries. This is what the witch needs, I think. A handful of lingonberries. They smell of the moist underhollow. They are simply too precious to actually eat, though. Plus, they leave terrible stains. Keep them safe. Snail door. It allows you to enter. At not this very moment, I think. Oh, a lot of dead people over there. You could climb these vines. Thoughts on carpentry? Jesus, still a lot of it. I see a leg. There's something up there. Is that a dead body or an alive person? A headless, decaying body. This once belonged to some type of druid, it seems.
I don't think they're alive then.
No, I don't think so. Oh, game. Okay, cool. Yep. Behold, these roots are moving ever so slightly. Well, I have mage hand. Let's just reach across. Ancient helm. Pickpocket item. +2 wisdom, -1 charisma, -1 constitution, intelligence check. Let us engage with the vines. At the foot of the snail ruins, you watch a mass of writhing roots moving about ever so slowly around a series of corpses. Skeletons, to be precise. Ha! Nailed it. 90 stream streak. Hell yeah. That's a lot of streams watched. Have you missed a single one, Stum? I don't think so. Since you arrived. It's a hell of a it's definitely a long one. Look at the skeleton in the center with the Stum has been here for like 3 months roughly, yeah. That's 3 months of streams watching, yeah. That's definitely more than 3 months. Look at the skeleton in the center with the it's a lovely helmet. You see it straddled along the brow, upon the brow of a skeletal face. Must be late Fade era, or early Divine era. However, a corpse would never remain this intact over hundreds of years, without esoteric means. Most likely, these were adventurers from a late era who simply used that ancient helmet. Get the streak by watching the vault. Ah. Maybe you're not thinking of what I think you're thinking. Looks like the type of helm that would bring a great mindfulness, as well as the wisdom of a previous era. Oh, I'm thinking. The roots wriggle around and writhe once more. I really want that helmet. Then you better take it. Quick and easy. Just don't get caught, that'd be bad. Maybe later or not. The roots ride before you. Can you grab that helmet for me, Snell? Could. Should. Should? Probably. Will? Absolutely not. Hey, Tyr, can't you burn this bush down or something? You know, with your radiant fire?
I only use that when absolutely necessary. Hurting nature is a fool's choice. More than usual, within these green paths, I would advise you to leave it alone.
So you can't burn it down?
Eric, I do not wish to. Now cease. Sorry, Moth.
The goblin nudges you. What? I agree with her. Stop. I really want that help. Then you better take it. Quick and easy. Just don't get caught. That'd be bad. I'll do it. Try to trifle. Oh, and then I have to... Okay. If I just do it from a far distance, surely the vines cannot grab me. Burn it all down? No, we do not go for burning as the first... Arson should not be the first response to any situation. Unless it's funny.
Yeah.
I could do a DC 16 intelligence check. But if I don't have Mage Hand on me... It's a dexterity check, which is better. But then I'd be closer. No, yes it is. It is better. In for a penny, in for a pound. A tier, you're in the... Okay. You step forward, hands gleefully grasping the loose-fitted bronze helmet. It tingles. A highly esoteric item. But suddenly one of the roots appeared to swipe at you. Huh? It hits you hard, forcing you back.
Narek, what did I tell you?
A heavy bruise.
For fuck's sake.
Roots shouldn't be allowed to move. The roots return to their original spot, faintly slithering on the moist stone ruins. That's a nice helm. I can see why you'd want it.
It looks like it belongs to the Fade era human. Curious.
Take a step back, still in pain. Well, you know what? I've got apples. So how about do it again. Oh, I can't. I'm not allowed to. Game says no. Let's see if Snell or Etir has anything else to say. I can't behold anything else about Snell. He's neutral good. Neutral man. You approach your companion. Let's get on with it. Oh yeah, there is more stuff to say. Only 2 days until the election. Yeah, we've got today and tomorrow, so to finish this up. So what should we focus on today? Good question. We have a few good clues, if you ask me. The local Asgars did hang out at the tea shop quite a bit. They could very well know something about our unfortunate elf. Maybe we should try and make contact. I know they've got some members living in the holes. I'd love to visit some Asgars. I'm sure you would. They're not too bad, usually. You view every societal issue through an Asgard's lens. Gain 60 experience. Have you ever been down this steep before? No. Almost, but no. I feel like I had this conversation before, but maybe I lost it in a save. I don't know. If we have heard this conversation before, I apologise. I'm doing it again. I want to join the scouting squad to the lower ends of the below, but we never went anywhere near this hole. He glances at the mushrooms. These most primal parts. For good reason. People die in places like these all the time, so let's not stick around for too long. So what's your position in all this? Whatever do you mean by that, cleric? Why are you helping me out in this rough world of ours? I'm here on behalf of Lady Sagely. Her will is for the streets of Tolstad to not suddenly burst into flames in the middle of the day. Her will be done, so to say. What if it bursts into flames in the middle of the night instead? I don't think she'd like that either. But why are you really here? My motives are not of interest, cleric. False. Motive is imperative in reaching into the heart of someone. He does not want to disclose his inner feelings to you. Understandable, you're kind of creepy. Yeah, I definitely did this because I remember this line of dialogue. I don't think I asked him why he's scared of mushrooms. Why he's scared of mushrooms? I'm not. I lie. Oh, okay, I did do this.
You did, 100%.
Okay, fine. I don't like them. They're freaky and mushy and smell like mold. Just plain don't like them. You've already asked me this. Assume this kind of is weird. But I'm not taking questions on it, so... Anything else you want to ask? Can we go?
Stop fucking with me, cleric.
Hey, Atir, you want to go over any lines of dialogue?
You approach the angel. What is the matter, cleric?
Yeah, we did all this too. Let's keep going.
Okay, cleric.
You stare up at the wall of the ruins. Thick, rubbery vines drape over the ancient spiraling concrete. This vertical ascent of roughly 20 feet. The Toulon did not use stairs. Whatever steps you have found in their architecture are added eras later. The vines are slick with fungal humidity. It's going to be slippery, it's going to be rough. Is there anything useful up there? Of course there is. There always is. Right? Inspect the structural integrity. You pull on a vine. It holds. But it released a puff of yellow spores. Cuff. Ugh. The air down here is thick. Nope. The air down here is thick. Heavy. Focus. The climb is doable. Cast Druidcraft. You weave the primal strings to bring the vines more closely together. Nice. This should make things simpler. Pull yourself up by raw muscles. Pick a path through the tangled knots. This is a better check. I need to roll... I think a 1 would be a natural 1, so I think I need to roll a 2. I rolled a 15. You grab the vines, testing the weight. Light as a feather. You avoid the slick spots where the ancient resin has pulled. Calculating friction coefficients in real time. Your boot finds a knot. Your hand finds a loop. Efficient. Clean. You are at the top of the ruin. Let's go. I love that strength every single time we move somewhere goes, you are at the top of the ladder. You are at the bottom of the ladder. Some type of druid. Speak with plants. Memorize, speak with plants. That could be useful in a place covered with plants.
That could be useful to get that one helmet.
That could be, you're right. But now I'd have to go somewhere else to then do this and prepare it. Anyway, I can't get the helmet anymore anyway. Speak of plants. Third level transmutation. Casting time, 1 action. Category, primal. Range, self. Verbal and somatic. Situational, up to 10 minutes. You imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, giving the ability to communicate with you and your simple commands. You can question plants about events in this spell's area within the past, gaining information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances. If a plant creature is in the area, you can communicate with it as if you shared a common language, but you gain no magical ability to influence it. You need charm plants for that. You dumbass. Just be nice to them, for God's sake. You approach the vine wall again. It is not removed. Plants seldom do, even down here. You know where the slippery spots are now. Climb again. You grab the vines once more. You are at the bottom of the fungal wall. Do I go through here or do I... Yes. I go through here before I touch the pillow and do weird stuff. Maybe I don't do that yet. I'm gonna touch the pillar first. I've changed my mind. I didn't think it would be that big an area. Is there anything else I can observe about it here? I did not roll a nat 20. I have gained no new information. You simply are not strong enough, cleric. Pillar continues even further down. Pillar jaw towers before you. He is speaking to you. Touch the pillar. I guess I should go to the top part of the pillar if I want to try to enter it. Yes, you should. So someone went inside this thing, huh? Yes. Appears so. You have to be real careful if you want to follow into a gate like this, but you can do it. Touch the mossy pillar. You place your palm against the damp and soft surface. Yes. There is a sentience inside. The strings are connected with something beyond. It is easier to make out down here. It appears that the esoteric power grows more intense the further down you go. Logically, this could indicate there is a central point somewhere within the undercoast where the power is at a climax. Unfortunately, you cannot reach so deep. No one probably can. However, you could try to reason with the sentience if you so desire. It could prove useful. It is a guiding light. Your goblin is impatient. The goblin is impatient. You've felt it. You've talked to it. You've meditated on it. Meek keeps you alert. You hugged the pillar. So I have a neutral roll. I got a quest called Esoteric Ebb. Now, with the pillar so far beneath your dear decaying city, the voices are loud. You know damn well what they are. Only you four would have ignored it. The unreasonable assessment of death. Place your palm hard against the surface. Many have written about the Pillars of Jaw. Modern scholars talk about them as nothing but relics of the Gate War. Gates themselves to other worlds. The worlds we all came from. However, Arcanists knew better. While it is not common knowledge, and most would consider it nothing but an esoteric conspiracy, The great men of Old Dominion understood the pillar. They knew they are gates. Gates. Dormant gates. But these whispers beyond are not some alien mind attempting to converse. No, it is but the mindless chattering of souls. Souls of our dead. They are finding their way into these dormant gates. Why? You cannot tell. But that is what these screams are. The yellings of the dead. How horrific. Let go of the thought. Yes. Yes, it is. But this is as far as you go. You understand little about this esoteric relic of the Gate Era. Except the souls. You feel the dead inside. Oh. Yes. Something to analyze at a later date. For now, having discovered these many levels of the pillar, you feel confidence in traversing the paths between them. You've unlocked fast travel between the levels of the Pillars of Jaw.
Hey, so you can go up, get that spell, and then come back down and talk with the helmet plant.
Nice. It's good to know I've secured these paths now. Secure? For the moment, yes. Remember, any part of the city below which is not continuously inhabited and tamed will eventually be reclaimed. Reclaimed and scattered. This thing sure is way more active than I'd imagine, considering it's just sticking out at the centre of the city. A shift might be happening. For that is not for you to investigate. Not now. Feel a connection to the pillar. It's not eerie, nor is it strange. It is but a familiar scent. One that is just beyond your mental grasp. As the blue will say, in time. Blue?
Oh. As I'll say,
Blue will say,
in time.
As you'll say. Have you rigged this game?
I am intelligence, evidently.
Right. Remember to feel as much as you think. The esoteric is not something to be only detailed on paper. It is a wild thing to be lured and to be loved. Leave it for now. Yes. In time, it will be more important. For now, you will do as the others do when it comes to these pillars. Leave them alone. Finish up. Let us save, and I will use them to teleport to go get somewhere so I can change my spells. Travel to Tolstad. Zoom.
Just like goes down into basement and momentarily just like, hey, Viskin, where were you on this date? And can you turn yourself invisible? Also, how big's your penis?
Would it be obvious and say a suit of armor?
How large is your codpiece? I suppose that would be another way, as if they're wearing male armor. If of a medieval sort, that generally is quite noticeable.
Big enough. Hi, Viskin. Hi, Viskin.
I have a massive penis.
Prepare spells. Right. Speak with plants. That's a third level.
Yes, that implicates me in a crime, at which point, no, I don't.
We'll take inflict wounds. Probably a good one to have. Speak with animals. Also a good one to have. Cure wounds. Also a good one to have. Augury. Good one to have. Enhance ability. A good one to have. Knock could be useful.
Not a good one to have though. Could be useful.
It's not good in most situations where you don't need to open a door.
Yeah, could be a good one to have.
That explains how He managed to move away without us seeing him. If it is the person that attacked us on the middle by the Pillar of Jaw, they were literally just leaving the Pillar of Jaw.
Yeah.
If it is them. Oh, that's a wall. That is a window. That is a light. I'm not going to begin the process of entering the Pillar of Jaw at this current time. Let's go to the Undercurse path. That feels like a bit preemptive. Does time pass when we do that? Or are we... I think maybe we just walk to the different parts by the looks of it. It's not literally going into the pillar. Oh yeah, I should talk to that plant. Speak of plants. You trace the spiral in the air, each string of primal energy focused upon this collective light before you. It rives. The riving becomes sound, the sound becomes word. It speaks. You listen. Do you want to be nature? Blue.
Nope. Nature.
Do you wish to be these
Sure.
awakened roots?
Okay. Person dead who comes to step on our rooted being.
Oh shit, right. Speaking of plants, cool. I'll let you do the talking though, Mr. Druid. I am the cleric. Blue.
Cleric? Cleric?
Cleric.
Cleric?
Yeah, something like that. The writhing mess of roots lets out a low groan.
It doesn't seem to be speaking the same fucking language as you. That spells a scam.
I think it can speak the same language.
It just decides to speak plant anyway.
Oh, slowly the spell appears to attune you to the primal essence of this life form.
We hold. You speak. We find interest. We answer. If
Ask
you
something
boring, fuck off.
interesting. It might help you. What are you voting in the election? What's it like down there? I defeated
What
the
the
troll
fuck
over there.
is an election?
Are you good or evil, Mr. Roots? What can you tell me about the ruins here? Interesting. Are you good or evil, Mr. Roots?
We are. We are.
I defeated the troll over there.
Yes. We felt. We cheered. We are grateful. The freezing, breaking, slashing, dumping. It is gone. We cheer.
What's it like down here?
Fresh, damp, bill. Many come, few we hold. Those who do not know respect.
Sounds like a root syndicate in the making. What can you tell me about these ruins here?
Inside the Trifler. The beast of many eyes who lives in piety. Beware, it is a warning. Beware.
Right. Well, that's horrifying. Good to be prepared.
Yes, Meek knows best of many eyes. Beast with many eyes. Bad, very bad. Yes, must be careful. Yes.
What are you voting in the election, Vines?
The fuck is an election? We voice our concerns over moisture.
Oh?
The pouring keeps us filled, but the wetness is causing Earth to drift. In time, there will be less soil for us to inhabit. This must be handled through care and substantial conciliatory consideration.
Should get some type of plant election down here. That would probably help.
Yes. Okay.
Can I have that?
Democracy-free plant.
Can I have that cool helm, please?
Helm.
Yeah, the thing on the head of that corpse. The one you've got in your grip?
Helm is not needed. Begins to carefully slip off the helm from the corpse's broken head. You may have.
Sweet. Thanks.
You use.
That's all for now. Goodbye, citizen.
I am a plant.
It's still talking.
Oh, it is. Sorry, my bad. The voice fades into nothing.
And the roots simply ride once again. Dusk. It's become dusk. Ancient helm. The overgrown helm of a Fade-era soldier. This was a time when every combatant wore magical items from top to toe. 2 wisdom, plus 2 wisdom, -1 charisma, -1 constitution. I'm okay. But maybe if I go into the next room, it could be beneficial for me. Let's remake a little bit. I've got a moment. I may as well. I mean, that's just good to have. That's also just good to have. And Meek is great. So let's just do weapons.
Yes,
So my
yes.
con is 11, strength is 9, charisma is 2. Something with con and charisma? Strength, dex, wisdom. Strength, dex, wisdom. Dexterity and charisma. Con 1. I just equip something? No, I didn't. +2 con, +1 wisdom, -2 strength. It's one intelligence plus one wisdom. Don't necessarily need intelligence right now. Strength takes wisdom. That's pretty good all around. Then I've got an odd on Dex, Con, and Charisma could be higher. No, I don't want to. That one works. It's the only one that does just one. There you go. I'll hold my I'll hold the post. This helmet does not suit me. Yes, I'm going to go
Ungrateful.
into the weird door. It's nothing personal, Blance. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. Righty, let's have a look at what's in here. Hello? Oh, it is auto-walking me.
Yes, boss room looks like yes.
Oh, this is talking to me. Do you want to be the chamber of the guests?
Sure. Do you have any idea? Master, beware, yes.
Oh, it's the masked figure.
How frustrating you are. Actually, I don't remember if you did this voice or...
I think
you might
I
have.
believe you did it.
I think I did it initially, and then we found out they were a woman, and then it was you again. Unless... Because they would have ended up having a very Etir voice.
Okay, I'll do it then. How frustrating you are. The mask is back on, but she is not hiding her voice anymore. Why does this young woman want to kill you so badly? Time to teach her a lesson. One more time, eh? This piece of shit. Don't let me get away this time. Roll initiative.
Interesting that she would look at a group containing an angel and go, I can take this. Rather concerning.
Your muscles are tensed already, and you're ready to strike. You face the assassin and consider your options. What exactly is your plan here? Killing you, fucker! A childish insult. This is a child. Well, that's obvious. It's not working out so far, is it? The assassin flourishes the dagger. You're not getting away this time. That's... The assassin stumbles for words. You're not getting away.
The angel lets out a loud telepathic bark at the assassin. Fool of a girl, you are playing with forces beyond your comprehension. Also, I might need to go for a moment.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, one moment.
I can call a break if you want.
Give me a sec.
Okay. How are you doing today, chat? We are culminating things. Things are coming to a head. Are we going to punch a child, but in game, not in real life? Who knows? Do it again.
Yeah, I might be a little bit. One moment.
Okay. Tomorrow's a holiday here, so no work? Yeah, it is a holiday here as well. It's a bank holiday tomorrow, I think. I'm not working, luckily, but that doesn't necessarily mean I don't usually work. Usually, when it's a bank holiday, I usually do work. If we kick them, we have a higher DC because a girl. If we try to understand them, we have a lower DC because a girl. A charisma, let's just talk, we're not here for a fight. Well, wisdom does most align with femininity. This is not too surprising. Are you cooking, my love? Are you cooking? Huh? It'll be a while. Okay, that's fine then. Just checking. One of the best course of action is here. I'm probably going to go with the wisdom option. Charisma would be interesting, but that's a very high DC. So I'm probably going to try to understand. That's probably going to be more likely. Or I could just instantly cast inflict wounds. That is also an option. But no, I think I would try to understand would probably be the higher priority here. Most likely. I am very, just so far from going through the story, I'm very much enjoying the twists and turns through the narrative and the mystery. I do like how it's like, oh, it's this, and then, oh, no, maybe it's not that, but it's this. And I'm hoping it all kind of has a through line by the end of it where I can go, well, now knowing all of that, it makes sense that this pointed to this, that pointed to this, that pointed to this, because it was really this the whole time. Because while I'm an advocate for kicking children, I dislike speaking as in my absence. Understanding is a middle ground. Yes, exactly. And I think we've gone for wisdom through most of the game, and we are higher with wisdom. So I think it makes the most sense. This person isn't really armoured, which makes me think they're not the person that went into the pillar. But I do think their patron could be the one they get their warlock powers could be from. They can clearly go invisible, though. I don't know. I just don't think it's them. It just doesn't make any sense. We don't know who this is. And this has been someone the whole time. I think this could be potentially someone that was hanging around with the Asgardists as well, but we didn't go down that route. We've oddly been going down mostly the fight things and strength route, which is not what I expected, considering I had built towards wisdom. But I guess violence is always an option. Okay, Blue has asked us to carry on, so we shall. Don't fight, just try to understand. Little did Cass know that he was wisdom. There is a desperation here. This assassin goes to great lengths to remain concealed. They want anonymity. But today there is no such fear. Or they have a great fear that trumps it. That's it. They're being pressured into this attack. Forced into this attack. This is their final chance. Which means this is your final chance to reach them. Snell spins his sling. The bullet flies dangerously close to the assassin's head, missing only due to constant movement. The masked assassin lunges forward. Die! 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 The dagger connects. An agonizing feeling shudders through you. Something's different about her this time. This is a desperate attack. As the angel readies her sword, dark energy surrounds her. A hex. But from where? What? There was a flash of surprise on the angel's typically impassive face. The malicious energy swirls around her. She fails to swing her sword. Oh. An eerie presence not far from here. Someone cast a spell onto a tier from beyond these tunnels. This is serious. Some sort of squirming shadow has already started forming around the assassin. Oh, yep, there it is. And the creepy music, too. The shadows formed begins to writhe and split out. Tentacles. They are placed such that you can't make it to the assassin before you deal with them. Smart. What do you do to deal with them? Dodge the tentacles? Resist the tentacles? Is it just me, or did that assassin become a little more eerie? Just a little bit. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds is what I'm going to do, game. Resist. The tentacles dodge the tentacles. Oh, this is flat a higher chance of success due to the rolls DC, but we will dodge the tentacles. Oh, just off. You attempt to dodge the tentacles, but there were just too many. They sink through your flesh as though it weren't even there, and you feel them tug at your soul. Things are deteriorating. Look, you can't hold back. You have to deal with that issue. The goblin whips a stone at the assassin and it hits them right in the face. The mask is knocked to the side and his eyes narrow. The mask knocked aside, you once again see the assassin's face. It does not belong to a teenage girl. Oh, it does belong to a teenage girl. You are a kid. What else are you doing, kid? Some girl? Kill you? Your bitter rival is a teenage girl. Hey, focus up, meathead. She quickly scrambles to put it back on. The assassin twirls their dagger, drops into a squat, and shifts. Watch out! Watch neck! The masked one was there, and now they're here. They teleported directly in front of you. Fail. Success. Fail. Success. And we're dead. The string is sent. The cleric is dead. Well, that's unfortunate. We died to a child.
Someone didn't remember that dying is gay.
Dying is gay, is it? Teleports behind you. Nothing personnel, kid. Except they are the kid. Everything personnel, kid. I don't like retrying it so immediately. Do I not? Is there anything I can consume? Can't consume in battle. Kinda just have to deal with it. Rolling and rolling again doesn't... Is there anything else I can do in the meantime? No, this is kind of the culmination of where we're going. So I don't feel inclined to. Got another day. I could get more things. We could do an augury. By using 2 out of 3 recharges on your ring story. Yeah, we'll cast enhance ability. We'll cast enhance ability because then we're doing something else ahead of it. This won't break. Yeah, this won't break our concentration. So let's cast augury as well. String, where will it lead me? There, I see it. It says wheel. That means our first one succeeds, I believe. Lucky me. Let's try again, shall we? Do you have any idea? Master, beware! How frustrating you are. That's probably our wheel spent, actually. I just realised that's a roll. We continue on where we were, and I will voice anything else that is different. Yeah, this is our wheel. I rolled a 30 or higher for that, apparently. Ow. That was worse. We will cast Cure Wounds. Can't do any of this. We will try and dodge the tentacles. Okay, this will be new. This is different. You stop thinking and let your body take over. As the tentacles form their full malicious size, you begin dipping and dodging behind every and each strike. They can't touch you. You got them completely figured out. Things are deteriorating. Same as before. And we didn't go down this time. The masked one was there, and now they're here. They teleport directly in front of you. You're able to shift yourself ever so slightly away from the plunging dagger, but it still sinks deep into your shoulder. Shit! The angel's hands tighten on the hilt of her sword. The assassin pulls the dagger out as you try to grab them by the arm, twisting away. Nomads, please. Tyr grabs her sword and gets ready to swing. No, stop. Don't do anything, Tyr. The angel lets out a telepathic scoff. Very well. The assassin notices, stopping briefly, then shakes it off. The assassin's knife glows with dark energy. Heavy smoke spills from its edges and drifts, as though suctioned into the mask. The smoke clears, the mask firmly planted on her face, glowing faintly. Sealda, Kaz, Kappa, Mut. The assassin's eyes turn black as the shadowy tentacles begin to rise once again. There is no other recourse. It's time to finish this. One last chance. You will finish this. That was not something that was going to work. Strike. Strike true. Just. You stomp through demonic tendrils, charging like an enraged Golbear up to the hapless assassin. Golbear, a feathered yet land-bound monstrosity native to Ascani, lives upon the coast and is famous for its many attacks upon travellers of Norvokian roads. Your gauntlet meeting her face. The assassin wobbles and bends. One final jab. You punch again, and that is it. Her dagger flies across the chamber, and the assassin collapses, unmasked and unconscious. There was a lull as the chaos of the fight abruptly cuts off. She's just a kid. A dangerous child indeed. It's a pity to see someone who chooses to be dangerous when they're so young. Remind you of her. The assassin's eyes, now fully maskless, open. You step forth. Fucking bullshit. Depression. Acceptance. Have you calmed down now? Go fuck yourself. I think this is the girl that we saw waiting for someone in the temple. Way back when. And he told us to fuck off. And we were like, what's your whole deal? But she didn't want to talk to us. Let's just take her to the dungeon. She's earned it. That would be protocol. However, the angel swoops in, her many eyes peering into the wannabe assassin. What is it? They nerfed assassin with the last patch, didn't they? What is it? It appears we'll have to rethink this apprehension plan. Why? Tip pulls back the girl's hood slightly to reveal her face more clearly in the dim light. Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait. What the else? That's... Wait, are you? Take a step back. If you tell my dad about this, I'm going to actually kill you. The girl scowls. Oh. The magistrate is not going to like this. Huh. This is hilarious. So that's what teenage girls do these days when they want to act out. They sign eldritch contracts and stab clerics. Well, this certainly is an embarrassing situation. Darrow clearly had some familial issues to deal with. How terrible. You feel for anyone forced to be born into such a high-class family. Well, I think what we're going to do after this revelation is we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back after that and read this dialogue, and then hopefully Blue will be back by then, but if not, we'll see. Anyway, I will be back in just a moment after this reveal that it is actually Darrow's daughter. Dun dun dun! We return. We will be sans spoiler, unfortunately. That's okay, we'll carry on. How terrible. You feel for anyone forced to be born into such a high-class family. Holy shit. Yeah. Taking their lie will last longer. Now, will you let me go? What makes you think that is even remotely a possibility? Because I'm so nice? She gives you a sad smile. That's good acting. You can barely even see through it. She's good. That's scary, by the way. No, you don't get to be snarky after what you've done. No. Go shove that stupid slingshot up your ass, Goblin. It's not a... Shakes the leather strap. It's a sling... It's a weapon. Not a damn slingshot. He is very correct. Even a child with a slingshot can bring down a giant. Young lady. She tenses up. I have a duty to your father. You are included in that duty. That you have tricked me into assaulting you like this is highly annoying. Her normally monotone telepathic voice is instead shot out into all your minds like a rumbling volcano. You are going to immediately take... Freydis laughs. What are you gonna do? If I don't... Kill me? Your angelic companion lets out a strange wobbling noise. She is furious. Let's put it like this. I'm gonna walk out of here, and you're not gonna mention a single word about this to my dad. In return, I'll stop trying to killing you. Okay? So you've been stalking me all this time, huh? You're not exactly difficult to find. What does that possibly mean? You do realise how loud you are when you're stomping around in those boots. Hey, he can be as loud as he wants, you hear? Where'd you get all this cool gear? What do you think? Wait, did your dad buy it all? No. You constantly ask everyone about the election. Tell me about that magic you were casting. No. Now let me go. Sure, I'm just wondering one thing. Why? Why what? Why the fuck are you trying to kill me? Lose it. She scoffs. The girl glances at the mask on the ground beside her. Snell kicks it away. No. Answer him. Fuck it. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. I signed up for this stupid fucking deal, okay? What deal? I needed easy spell slots. He wanted an extra pair of eyes. Win-win. But then he started asking for these night outings and the reconnaissance missions. Then he tells me to push some dumbass cleric into the river. I don't like killing people, but sure, totally worth it. Oh.
Oh shit!
But then you come back. You asshole. And whatever I do, you just keep fucking. As she speaks, the mask next to Snell begins to glow. Get down. Damn it. Knew that would happen. Esoteric bullshit. What the hells was that? You happy now? I just broke my damn contract because of you. That is a blessing, young lady. She lets out a loud groan. I am a warlock. Or was. I had a whole thing worked out with Mr. Toilet Worm. It's called plot armor, bitch. Mr. What now? Ugh. It's the thing that the plant warned us about. Whatever, I don't care anymore. This deal was ass. I don't want to do it anymore anyway. So there. I'm actually perfectly fine with my awesome mask being turned to dust. It's fine. Really. She does not sound very fine about it. This isn't even coping, this is just a complete freakout. She gets up and drops her cloak. I am going to leave now. And it's here. You don't say a word about this to my dad. Do you believe for a moment I care for any of your puny commands? Oh gods, puny commands? Do whatever you want then. Like I'm actually going now. Should I just let her go? She has lost her patron. This does not mean she loses her powers entirely, even if they were channeled through that mask. But since she clearly has no reason to continue in her misguided attempts at killing you, you might as well let her go. Less trouble that way. Dad will be pissed either way, but he'll be less pissed if you don't make a big scene out of it. Let her go. The young girl gets caught up in trouble. Best you can do is cut her some slack. She will surely learn from her mistakes. There is darkness in her heart.
Hold on a fucking minute.
That's a statement.
Also, I fucking hate Wisdom's logic there. Jesus Christ.
Empathizes with everyone, even to a fault. You do not wish to remain near her for long. Kick the child. She's broken from a pact. Doesn't mean she's going to learn from it. She could easily go back to that pact if it served her. But she didn't seem particularly happy with the pact. She's a kid. Charisma agrees. Intelligence agrees. Wisdom agrees. Constitution just doesn't want to be near them. Strength's probably embarrassed. Stop here before she tries again. I mean, yeah. But also, she's just a kid. I'll let her go. Fine. The bratty teenager starts walking towards the exit. And seriously, do not tell Dad. I mean, you don't have to kill her. I didn't say I was going to kill her. The angel's many eyes turn to you after following her out of the chamber. This will be handled at a later date, I assure you. Ha! The goblin lets out a series of stilted laughs. Fucking hells. A teenage girl and your boss's daughter? That's actually funny, you have to admit. It's more sad, if anything. Oh, well. Let's say if Mr. Toilet Worm is hiding in any of these tunnels. I suggest caution. There will surely be more dangerous things in this cursed place. Meek agree. You hear your scarf mutter, then shiver. Bad thing here. Deeper. In the grand hall around you, the one so filled with the sound of clutching braids now grows eerily quiet. You see to pursue two paths, each leading into darkness. Time to see what's down here. Time to eat a load of apples. Consume. She dropped this during the scuffle. This isn't going to be very good to have. Unluck Blade, +3 dexterity, -1 constitution, advantage against lawful creatures. One of those ancient daggers that once had the capacity to cast Wish. All the charges are spent, but the esoteric energies inside are still rumbling, causing a tiny esoteric pocket to rage all around it. While holding the dagger, you perform the exact opposite action of the one you intended to perform. You say yes when you mean no. Attempting to stab the blade in the air causes you to instead shove it into your own stomach. So let's just keep it holstered for now. I'm not changing to that weapon. This looks like a door to me, if anything. That's the way we came in. That is another way. This is another way still. That's a pressure plate if ever I've seen one. We will go up until the next ad break and then call it. Damn, it was... Yeah, it's just always misdirection, always moving the direction away from what it is. Oh, that did something. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. That is Etir. I do not wish to... Etir, come back out so I can have a look at this. A strange bottle. Volgini river droplets. A vial of blessed river water from Volgini, land of giants. Popular among the Earthguard, it's usually labelled as not blood. Grants a minor strength increase for a week. I will take that because... I'm trying to use it all, and I don't think this is going to last longer than a week in terms of the game, in terms of the actual time passing. So I'm going to consume that and increase my strength by 1. Happy days. Let's go up here first. Wow, I wonder if I completely got that random because I used the light. That also looks like a pressure plate there. I have no idea which way to go. The darkness looked like it went down that way, so let's go the other way. Oh. Okay, is that bad light? No. Square, star, circle/cog. We could immediately go back and talk to Darrow. Snail door that seems eerie. You approach an iron door. This one bears a symbol of chains with a comically crude little devil drawn underneath. It's simply how these folk wrote languages, with images. I don't like this one. It's wrong. The air feels wrong. Oppressive. Heavy. An infernal oppressive force, the angel tells you telepathically. There is a devil inside. An ancient evil. Hello? Good old damn. The voice is rough. Military. You don't understand the words. That's not common. Nekedo. Infernal. Trying to speak louder. Hello? Do you speak any New Orleans, like human language? You hear a grunt. Yeah, that's annoyance. Clear even through the language barrier. Samorezjem tizik let tika ademna kovinda Sjidim Zadokok Jakik Pesaku. Vat se azu se nausis visi jaisk ti besti. The voice fades. He's giving up. There is a devil inside here, cleric. While I am unable to communicate myself through the gate, I can tell you that he's annoyed and will wish to speak with you properly. Perhaps comprehend languages would help. He seems to be able to understand Demoniorian well enough. You do not have comprehend languages prepared. Well, you know what we do? We run out and we go do that. No stone unturned. I'm probably not going to need to speak to plants anymore. What am I not going to need? Probably not going to need to speak with animals. Until I inevitably do need to speak with animals. Hey dude, do you know there's an ancient place just like next to you? I guess not. I wonder, I mean, we can get to Darrow. Let's see if we can actually get to Darrow now, but I doubt it. Also, I have these resources. I may as well spend them. Oh, I've got new things to take a route on. I will do that another time. Yeah, I think she was the child that we saw in the ruins there at one point. Hello. Darrow, I have come to talk to you. Let me in. Let me in. Hello. No, I can't. Although I can actually change my spell slots here, so I shall. Good attention to detail. Etir is not here. Okay, we need comprehend languages. Detect alignment seems very good for a situation where we're going to be talking to a devil. Cure wounds. Augury is good. Enhance ability is good. Knock. I will keep. And let's get protection from evil, good, etc., etc. And Crusader's Mantle. Maybe also be time for a short rest at some point. I'm surprised they don't limit you with the short rests, but I guess that's a very specific Baldur's Gate thing. Because there's technically no reason why you can't take loads and loads of short rests in D&D. Who is that? That's the kid from the shop. I guess the shop's closed, that makes sense. I've gone the wrong way. Classic cats thing. She's the one that pushed us in. Doesn't explain what happened otherwise. I would have liked a bit more of an opportunity to question her more, maybe. And then again, I did let her go. That is kind of my own fault. I live with my decisions. These decisions are made. Hey, cleric, it's me, the devil. Okay, let's not look at everything around and just immediately walk into here and probably accidentally die or something. Comprehend languages. You cast the spell. Words shift. Meaning clarifies. Then, comprehensive words emerging from the chatter of a foreign tongue. Let the spell activate. Waiting so long. Can you understand me now? Perfect clarity. Yes! A heavy exile. Relief. Good. Good. Now listen. I'm a prisoner here. Not by the Tolan Castle, but by the mad wizard who roams this cursed place. He, by some feat of my own idiocy, managed to trick me into this cursed cell. Got to go, been fun being on stream, I hope to be filled in later. No worries, I'll let you know. What happens? By now, my soul has all but burned into the void inside. So please, rip the seal and kill me. I would owe you quite a great deal if you did. You sure are talking a lot. I've been here for a long time, stranger. Indulge me. Mad wizard? A man of House Hagenshags. He went mad years ago, taken by the beyond, surely by now. I came to these ruins via the undercoast sea, all to avoid you humans above. Yet the trove he promised me was but a ruse. No offense, but I'm not one to ever put my hope in a human again. I wouldn't trust a devil either. What makes you so sure I am a devil? You're not? No, I am. I might just be more oblivious. It might just be more obvious than I imagined, even with my soul in this iron gate. Who are you? I am. He pauses. A soldier. He's hiding something. Convinced to tell you more about his rupturing backstory. Just go for the leverage. Leverage? Yeah, but smooth. Hey, so I want to make sure who you are before I let you out. If you're someone interesting, I might be more likely to rep the seal. The voice is silent for a while, until eventually I start a groan. Fine, I can see your intrigue. I will tell you, but it's not as interesting as you could imagine. Oh? I am Lesanores, a pike holder. It's akin to a sergeant in your terms. I was in Gregorian's initial invasion. Initial invasion? Of Jaw, yes. I fought throughout each of the invasions, or as you call it, the Gate War, and I never fell, through hundreds of years of constant battle. I lived through his fall. His generals all have been ruined or destroyed over the millennia, if you believe the Blood City Council. However, I lived. I lived through it all. And now I'm here, stuck in this foul, damned, quite annoying iron gate. Entirely due to my own fault. That mad wizard in the trove? Indeed. Since the Coast War ended, that messy brawl, I've been following rumors of various artifacts stolen by your human arcanists. Those artifacts were hidden, scattered, sometimes handed down to these freestriders, sometimes buried in hidden troves. One such trove is rumoured to be found in the ruins of Tolan Castle, where your city of Norvik now stands. So I snuck in, from the earth, to find my contact, this Hagenshags. A mistake, of course, but my hubris caused me to underestimate the little man. That, along with some unluck of my part, caused me to get stuck here. For now, I'd be happy to lose my physical body and be reborn in Blood-Based City. Please, rip the seal. If we ever meet again, I promise, I'm in your debt, human. Helping a devil is not always a bad idea. I'm surprised by you, Etu. Even if they are naturally evil. I don't see why not. He doesn't seem that worse than your average top rank of the top rank on this part of the coast. What do you want? Freedom. Simple, direct. Break the seal, let my spirit fly. I will return to Gregorian's corpse as I should have done years ago. honest, at least. You want to return to a corpse? Does it sound insane to you? A little. I see. I decided what to do. No. Will you kill me, human? Yes, I'll break the seal. Thank you. The gratitude is actually genuine. What a lovely guy. Break the seal. Set me free. Rip it. You grab the paper. It tears easily. Too easily. The seal shatters. Not flame, not smoke. It's spirit. It rushes past you. Into your mind. Don't let it in. Uh-oh. Shield your mind. Hell yeah, natural 20. The spirit passes, but it doesn't take hold. Wonderful. Thank you, human. Then you hear a faint cackling laugh. A whisper. Fading. Fading into nothing. Well, that's fucking ominous. Let it fade. The door now stands cold, empty. I don't think that was on purpose. The devil is gone, flying across the coast to Blood City Bay. I didn't just doom someone, did I? It is possible. The angel offers no comfort. Snell steps up and taps you on the back. I wouldn't worry about it. Now can we go? Right, yeah, time to go. Oops. Another snail door. You approach the door. On it, a paper carrying a symbol. Look closer. It looks like a flame. Heat. Radiating. Is it me, or is that door a bit hot? The air almost shimmers. An elemental. The angel sends you a message. Your goblin companion takes a step away from it. A faint sound like a whisper in the tunnel. Mortal. Huh? Make an audibly confused cleric sound. I wish for you to know my peril. I am Galapatar, the one of the pearled flame. I have been trapped here for many eras. As the top Ifriti of the Crimson Court. Uh-oh. I would go to heavens and hells to serve you, if you only destroy the seals which hold me here. What happens if I break this? Freedom! Power! I will grant your wishes. Lies. It will kill you. Or enslave you. Genies do not give freely. Wait, if you've been sealed for this long, do not think. Only act. It doesn't want you to think. Seal keeps you alive, doesn't it? Silence. Long. Heavy. You know nothing, mortal. I have been here for aeons. If I die, so be it. It would rather die than stay in prison. Noble or mad. You're insane. I am free. Or I will be nothing. What do you want? Silence. Silence then. You will free me. Heat washes over you. Not a question, a command. How arrogant. No. What? Fury. Confusion. It's not used to being refused. The Ifriti composes itself. You must listen. I have power to grant you more than anything else of that mystical nature ever could. Could you be my friend? That could be negotiated. Not worth it. Break the seal. Free me, and I shall grant you a great service. Where's your ear against the door? Yep, I don't know what I expected there. The metal burns. You could have seen that. Careful. Maybe I'll look into this later. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not going to let that one out. I trust that less than the devil. Big room. Snail fighting a dragon. It was the Drakekin who first broke the beasts of Jaw. Looks like some type of tourney. Fun. Something in the water took us and remade us. We fell into the water. Huh. I'm sure that's in no way linked at all to anything. The fact that this comes from water. Six Semper Tyrannis. Thus always two tyrants. I didn't just look that up. Oh, to hear what strange bardic nonsense these snails cooked up. In the pipes. Was there pipes in the tea house? Maybe. I'm going down here first. One of these will lead. Yeah, this leads back to there. This also suggests this was added later, because the snail architecture wasn't part of the original design. We learned that before. Huh. It's a map. Tulse Pass. Earthboard. Vizcar. Ilium Forest. The fortress was still there 1,000 years ago. Huh? Divinitorum. Ascan. Reeds. Today, this is a cursed land. Jaws Point. Your homeland. The various dragon thrones of old Dominua. The coast. You step out onto the little lines. It's faintly lit. The chamber collapsed, rubble strewn across its surface. What you see is a slice, 1/8 of a greater whole. It's a map. Of Ascani, yes. Damn. However, it is old. Mountains and rivers alone do not align with any modern-day interpretation. Despite that, the shape of the coastline, and of course the ever-standing fortress of Fatun, shows it clearly. This is Ascani, during the era of the snail folk. You seeing this shit? I sure am. It is a map, right? You're correct, my goblin friend. It gives you an uncomfortable look. Careful, don't be so mushy. Must be thousands of years old. Look at the little snail people on it. Tears' many eyes glance over it, lighting with a slight sacred flame. Early Fade era. Right, you were alive back then. This realm is young, cleric. The 5 dragons each were older than anything born on Jaw. Remember that. What do you know about this time period? I recall our clashes with the two-limbed cattle. They were formidable war mages. Though we never made landfall in Ascani during the time this map was created, it was considered Dominium Draconis. What you today called Ascani, Diminuor, and Volcini were all within their territory. Sad that Bubble was covering Dominitorum. Yes, it would be interesting to see their view on my homeland. I believe our domain would be considered approximately 3/4 of the Dominitorum landscape at this point in history. The choir did not centralize into a functional state until the Divine Era. There are many centuries of infighting and disorder. You, participated in any of that? Yes, Snell. Most of my lifetime has been spent in combat with other Celestials. Huh. Indeed. Right, very interesting find. I'm sure there's scholars that would kill for an LR of this thing. Meek thinks it is very interesting too. Old Master had many map, though Meek never learned what they mean. Anyway, look at the dot on the coast. Your home, thousands of years in the past. This was its first founding by these snails. The little images of these beasts of jaw show them stretched far inland, having colonies along the river. Not too unlike your own people's efforts. Look along River Torn. They appear to have had colonies even as far as Toll's Pass, even further than Earthport. Earthport, the northernmost town or Jarldom under Norvokian influence, and the last civilized stop along the river. Famous for its furs, expeditions, and of course the Muletown incident. Muletown incident. In 25 PE, 2 years ago, a purported fight with a local arcanist occurred in the northernmost Norvokian settlement of Earthport. Ever since the city has been overrun with mules, which the locals are unable to get rid of. Thus, the settlement is commonly known as Muletown. Though curiously, this map does not align with your own common knowledge. No, it does not. The endless waste should not allow anything to be built this far inland. In this map, if this map depicts everything until the waste begins, then there was less wastes during the Fade Era. This is commonly assumed when looking at other early mapping attempts. Good to see it confirmed. Look at Reed/Old Dominion. Across the border on the mostly covered in rubble band to your left, you see a very different visual than is commonly depicted today. For today, most of Reston Reeds is ruined, cursed. Where the cursed lands lay today, here you see a fertile crescent. Is that a frog? Yes, you've heard that Anurans once occupied large swaths of Old Dominion before the strife with the Divine Era. While on the coast, you see several locations that do not align with any modern locations. The Draconic Civil War surely reshaped most of this as your former overlords fell. The one dot that does align is a tiny one placed in the center of the bay, the Reedian location of the pillar for the Pillar of Jaw. It has stood there since the Gate War, so it makes sense that the snails would want to point it out clearly. They did worship Jaw in the end. And it also seems the rest of the geography in this depiction of Old Dominion does not align with any modern visuals either. Look at Divinitorum. Most of it is covered in fallen rocks. The one thing you see is like some feathers. Like Drummer? Not really. Drummer's more of a Yimian bird, from what you remember. Divinitorum was filled with birds all throughout the Fade Era, from what you remember. It's like their thing. Luxorian birds, then the Celestials settled more seriously over the course of the next couple of hundred of years. And we've settled... well, there's that. There's the colonial/imperialism version of it. They're still there today, so they surely did something right. Look at the lion in modern-day Vizcar. See lots of smaller symbols representing the lion folk of Ascani across the inner parts of the map. Tribal catfolk ruled large parts of Ascani until the early Divine Era. Their claw marks are evident all over your precious city. Look at the dragons. 3 of them can be seen, a red, a green, and a black. Look at the red dragon. Soof, the red dragon of Ascan. The scourge of the coast, the largest of all known dragons throughout Jaw's history. Luckily, he was slain long ago. Look at the green dragon. To Selmador, the great green dragon. She was the mother of most, as they say. She was birthed and she who birthed the coastal broods. While a tyrant, like all her kin, she is known for her lighter touch and bond with man. When Dug Doolin Dim slayed her, it ushered in freedom for all of mankind. Her visage upon the map indicates her domain, which is today the Ilium Forest. Look at the black dragon. Umbra Mixus, the all-wise black dragon, guardian of the bay. He was known as the most magically adept dragon on the coast. His esoteric cache and silver slove has still not been found, and is to this day a popular target for adventurers and Veeds. I'm done looking at dragons. You avert your gaze. Look at Jaws Ocean. A cool depiction of a perch and a nice whirlwind pool at the top, just the same as they do today. Good thing the snails were as confounded by the whole mystery as we are today. You know, you could get yourself real rich by figuring out that whole thing one day. The mystery? Yeah, the mystery behind Jaws Point. It was like the place where their big whale first entered, through the first of Jaws' gates or whatever. But no one ever tries to sail directly seaward, ever returns. Real spooky, but there have been reports of massive treasures being found on the islands located deep into that stormy part of the ocean. So if you ever want to become an explorer, pirate, sailor, that's where to aim for the biggest payout. I could become a pirate. Just think about it, okay? The world is your oyster. Crack it open at your leisure. Interesting. It's always interesting looking at old maps, especially in like fantasy, to try and figure out what they believed at their specific time and what's changed since then, and things like that. I think I'm going to leave it here today, because I'm getting a bit tired. But thank you all very much for joining me.